Yeah, we're live now. Apparently we're live, and I didn't know.
Apparently we're live.
Yeah, apparently we're live. Are we live? I think we're
Yes, we
live.
are.
Everyone got
It's a-
pants on?
it's a
No,
thing.
just me? Okay. What?
Pants in this economy?
Pants?
It's too hot for pants.
It is
Did you not
actually
see
too hot for
the
pants.
answer to call in my sports bra? Like, this is Australia, please.
You are all too
I
hot
actually
for
didn't
pants.
realize you'd actually
not?
put a shirt on, Cuddly. I didn't even realize.
There we go. That's better.
It's the same.
Oh my god.
Like, now it's like 2 shirts, you know?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, Turkey,
Nude
pants
shirts.
on. Yes, pants on, please.
Yeah.
This is a pants stream.
But chat, you can have
Talk about
pants.
the fact that I'm sitting here in my sleeping shirt. This
I
is-
love that for you. What does it say? Eat?
It says eat, sleep, hex, repeat.
Ah,
Ooh, I like that.
I like that.
See, I don't want to pull it too far.
I thought it was just gonna say eat, sleep, and then it was gonna be like some fucking monster from D&D that
No,
was
it's
just like,
hex.
I'm a
It's a
dream
mimic.
thing.
Oh my god.
Eat,
Mimic
sleep,
shirt.
disintegrate, repeat.
Yeah, or just like eat, sleep, and that's like eat, sleep,
That's
period.
it.
And
Yeah.
it's like a
Oh.
dream engulfer or something. Make that. See?
Donk has come up with a very good
Later.
suggestion.
Oh.
Channel point redemption for pants off D&D.
I
I
mean,
mean,
no,
you get that for
no.
free every week.
I mean, no.
Danny is coming in hot and live from the pantsless from the pizza shop.
Wait, what?
Nice.
So,
I
so
love
what?
that.
No, that's a new place. The pantsless pizza.
Pantsless
Yeah.
pizza. Oh,
So
you could
Everyone
market
wants
that.
A pizza that.
Okay,
Just
in-
Oh,
Going
yeah.
back to the pants
A
thing.
piece of that pie.
a pizza that. Oh,
We don't have to wear
Yeah, I
pants. We
just-
can wear
this-
skirts and dresses.
This is me. I just got out of bed. This is what I look like. When I wake up in the
Wow.
morning.
That's
Little
fantastic.
jelly, actually. Yeah.
Did you actually woke up like that? What the fuck?
Yeah. It's like if you've seen Geisha's memoirs, I just sleep on that really stiff little pillow exactly still,
Mhm,
so I can sleep with my makeup on.
I see. Wow. Wish that was me. Okay.
Yeah, no, not recommended. Not recommended. I will be
see.
dying young because of the
Oh,
ruining
and I
of the
can't
body I've been doing.
imagine. Can't imagine your neck is too happy with you at the moment.
No, and it's planned that way because that way I will just cease to be before before time has an opportunity to ravage me in my physical form.
I see. Look, I don't know. I'm gonna make a really cute old lady one day, so I'm okay with being ravaged
I
by
believe you,
time.
honestly.
Just
If you
FYI,
don't
I'm finding-
actually cosplay Nana when you go, get
I should find the
we just
old
appreciate
age
that my
makeup
housemate's
we
name
did
is
in
Time,
stage makeup.
and I'm loving that you're all talking about getting ravaged by time.
Wait, your housemate.
but are they hot though?
Yeah, he's pretty hot.
His name is Time.
His
Like,
name's Time. Yeah, like the
TH.
herb. Yeah.
Is
I don't know how
is
I
it
feel
that
about
same
that, but alright,
Herbert?
that's pretty funny.
It's great.
Hold on.
Look, set it up. We'll. I'm a busy woman, but I can make time.
Hang on. I've all right, there we
Look,
go.
I've already had several field days with it.
Oh my god.
So just for the record, I've officially made the Pantsless D&D stream channel point
I'm
challenge.
already wearing shorts. It's too late.
No, only, no, there you go. And
Plot
chat.
twist, I'll just put on a skirt.
Yeah.
Nice.
Maybe I'm already going pantsless. You
No,
don't
but
know.
see, the
You
thing is,
never
chat
know.
chat will just have to trust me that I'll take off my pants. They don't see below the desk.
Look,
Or do they?
I won't lie. I have a friend who does this, and he physically throws the pants away. So
That's
you can tell.
actually hilarious.
Okay, that's really good.
It's worth all the spending of.
He's a theater
Oh my
major.
God.
It's kind of what we do. Nobody wears
Max-
pants. It's
Aw,
a fucking nightmare.
Wait, is this Seb?
Everyone wears
Is this
pants.
Seb?
We do not say who does
What?
the pants. thing.
Is it really? Oh my god! I'm like, I know that. I know what streamer we're talking about. Oh dear.
No one
Whatever,
who's in theater wears pants anyway. Everyone's wearing
Hmm.
tights. This is the truth.
Everyone's tights,
Yeah.
leggings.
Activewear
absolutely,
is the
absolutely.
go.
Yeah.
Are we actually gonna? We got 4 minutes left. Okay,
think
let's
so.
just power through. Hello, I'm Joseph Jose. I'm the Dungeon Mistress. I run this game. I decide what happens in this world. The characters can choose what they want to do, and I will be every reaction the world and the people in it have to come. This is a homebrew setting that I've written myself with a combination of Pathfinder and D&D 5th edition lore and ideas. And today, I'm drinking cola from my tankard, my glass tankard. You should check out my new emote, my zip emote. Denny made it. It's amazing. And I also stream on Tuesdays and Fridays, sometimes Saturdays. I do RPGs exclusively because that's my life. That's what I live for. And I'm going to throw it over to AussieDevFro, who's looking very stern and now very surprised. What do you have to say, my correspondent down under?
I'm not lost. All right. Hi, I'm AussieDevFro.
Yeah, I literally chose you first because you complained last week.
That's
Well, you know what? I'll still take it. That's a win in my books. I'm AussieDevFro. I'm a variety streamer. I'm live 5 nights a week. Play a whole bunch of different games, focusing on Dark Souls, MMORPGs, and D&D with these lovely peeps. I play Rudy, Magic Hands McGee, the party's cleric, who lost a few things last week. He might have lost his nose, and he might have also lost a couple of fingers and a toe or two. But you know what? He's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. It's clearly all within, I was about to say God's plan, but Ergother's plan sounds so much more insidious. But yeah, that's me and my character. I'm drinking coffee, boba tea, and water as per usual. And I will throw it over to Wetterstorm.
I am the moistest orb you'll ever find. I play Arthur Orbit III. He's a ranger with a very double bit of rogue. He's starting to become really good. He's got nice passive perception investigation now. They're pretty much maxed out. And essentially what I am drinking some scotch in a glass. Sorry, it's Jesse's fault. And I'm also drinking water because in North Queensland it is a hot boy and I don't have much brain power tonight. With that saying that, I'm gonna stop it. I'm going over to Cuddly Raptor because she's basically crapped in my chat.
I did nothing.
You
I did
did
nothing.
nothing.
Also, I will say, because the other two didn't fail, they failed to mention it, that Rudy and Arthur are in a very committed secret relationship. So stay tuned for the fanfic for that
Are
one.
you kidding me? Arthur ran the second Rudy's nose fell off. He is
Wow.
so,
Look,
you know,
they're going through
shallow.
this in one of their more challenging sections. The whole chapter's gonna be very depressing. However, we will get through it. I promise.
There'll be a redemption arc.
I don't think so.
There'll be tears. There'll be.
What if Rudy loses his eyes? There can't be tears then.
Tier 3 subs, tier 3s. Yeah, no, more NPCs. No,
I
anyway.
wish.
Yeah, hi, I'm Cuddly, and I am here. I play Nana.
Sometimes.
I'm here physically, but clearly not mentally. Playing Nana Melvora. She's a cute little gnome granny who then got kind of young, and then now she's a little bit older. So, like, I don't know, maybe middle-aged, maybe 50s. Let's just go with that. And she really likes to cook. And that is me. And I'm here sometimes, and I do variety. Okay, bye. Roju! I almost pointed, but I remember we don't point.
But you're pointing right now.
I'm pointing just like in a generic.
I'm up.
Whatever.
That's correct. Anyway, I'm Roju. Some of you might know me as the Channel Participation Award. Others may know me as Gerald, the warlock who thinks he's a wizard, and is being roped into potentially doing terrible, terrible things for a terrible, terrible demon. Or fiend. I think fiend, actually. Technically, isn't it, Josie? Salishkar's a fiend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, great, good. So yeah, he's having a terrible time. He's terrified of everything, and that is just great for him. He's got great hopes of becoming the 1,000th demon in a bottle, trapped when he inevitably fails his quest. And well, things are looking very down. yeah, besides this, you can find me playing variety games when I have the energy for it, and yeah, that's it.
Like in about 3 hours when you'll be playing.
Possibly playing some Divinity later with Josie.
Possibly. We'll see what energies allow. Look at that. We're 1 minute over. We will be jumping straight in.
Perfection. How dare you come
Last week on Dramonia. The party on their travels, making their way on the trade routes towards Ebonspire. Just a few days after the Knoll attack, they came upon an individual blocking the road. A goblin
Oh, yeah.
locked eyes with Arthur Orwell III
God, that's
and
right.
challenged him to a battle of pouch pets.
Not one of my finer moments.
Arthur,
I don't know. It was pretty good.
Arthur, bringing the group together for a huddle, came up with an idea. Nana agreed and wild-shaped into K-Hound and proceeded to, with some disdain, just eradicate Ratter, the goblin dog that had been
Eradicate?
from the pouch.
But Josie, you said that one first.
I said eradicate.
Oh, close enough.
Upon winning, the goblin stood to guard him, conceded to Arthur, handing over one of their pet pouch badges and 5 golden buttons as payment.
We will go to that city one day, chat. Don't
That
worry.
encounter, you kept going, and you met a few people here and there on the trade routes. You rested for a few nights, and a week almost after meeting Sutgadam, you had another encounter on the roads when a hill nearby suddenly exploded and a dragon crawled out of the earth. Proceeded to ask for directions to Ebonspire and then taking flight.
What a crazy road we were on.
Yeah, what a crazy road.
Yeah, that was pretty weird.
Country road, take me home. But you then arrived in Ebonspire, where you proceeded very deftly to head towards the guild house. You gave your report to Venarian Quinn, the guild leader of the Midnight Suns Guild of Volunteers. Venarian Quinn told you all that the Queen had taken some interest in this quest while you were gone, and would be reporting directly to Erika Darvan, also known as the Black Queen. You then took Sin, your ward, on a stroll around the market, where you tried your luck at a lottery that was happening to win tickets
It was rigged.
to the Magirail.
Yeah,
Something that Gerald had heard about back in Bora when you ran into some of the dwarves from Tarkar. And there was a chance to win, but no one did. They claim it's rigged, but I will tell you, one of you all rolled one number away from the winning lottery number.
Who was it? I want to know.
We'll figure out eventually. There was also before, as you were leaving the market, there was indeed a very quick, small meeting when Arthur stepped on the briefcase of a very, very tiny Medusa. Hey, would you cuddle me? Ask for Arthur to take his foot off, and then Arthur handed off a platinum coin as an apology, which Haywood gratefully put in her little briefcase. Then she proceeded to take out a little flag with a harness that she put on to be able to be more easily spotted as she was walking through the market.
Why do I envision a seagull is just going to pick her up and take her away at
Oh
some
my
point,
God,
and that's how
don't
she
you-
dies?
I know this.
Or a pelican's just like,
Pelican! Oh my god!
and
There
then
is
turns to stone.
There is some actual artwork of Haywood available if
Oh.
one of you all would like to put it in the dice tray. Denny did, in fact, make
Oh my
some
God.
fan art.
What?
What?
Let me see if I can do that.
Oh, that's right. I do remember that.
So it
There it
also
is.
is a scaled one somewhere. I remember seeing.
Wait.
You know, Orb is showing it right now.
Yeah, I showed it.
Oh my goodness.
Wait,
Oh
what?
my goodness.
She
Where did I
is
see a scaled one?
adorable.
I don't know,
Oh.
but
we
then
not
you did
putting it in the
head
dice tray?
towards.
There it
Yep.
is.
Okay, don't
Sure,
worry.
there you go.
There's a
Look on the
scale.
scale.
Look at those little...
Would someone mind putting those in the dice tray just for the ease of it? You also
Yeah,
went to the College Arcana, where Sin got to hand over her letter of recommendation and her tuition's pay. That's just adorable. I'm
God
gonna
damn
break
it.
this up. Look at his scale.
Who's
Look
got
at
two
this
of them?
scale.
Okay,
Look at
hang on.
Haywood compared
Oh
to
my
our
god.
Hold on. Oh, no, you can't even see it.
I
God damn
cry.
it. Hang on.
It's
So freaking cute.
she's so small. She's so
I,
adorable.
I
So
want
small.
I want to hug. It is too cute. I can't.
Too cute.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to hug it. Oh, just
At the College Arcana, you handed over Sin's tuition and letter of recommendation. Gerald had a few stray words with an old acquaintance, Carl. The one of the people working at the College Arcana in the library section. And I believe we left off as you had been told to return tomorrow for an orientation. For Sin's orientation.
Yes.
And now
That's right.
the city is yours.
Rudy,
whole
Wow,
city?
we have
Oh
a
my
whole
God,
we
city.
gotta wake
Nice.
up. We gotta wake up, Rudy. They're done with their books.
I was napping?
Yeah, you and I were napping on a chair somewhere.
That's true. He did say that last time.
They're
Oh,
leaving. They're leaving.
I was dreaming I was awake. Okay, sorry. Oh, yeah.
Look, they're going out the door. They forgot about us.
Oh, of course they forget about us, Arthur. This is just typical. You lose a nose and it's like they don't even know you anymore.
Nobody knows you anymore.
No, exactly, Nana. Exactly, nobody knows me anymore.
It was very low hanging fruit, and I could not resist and eat it.
Right,
Why do
well-
I feel like Panthers this time?
Shall we go find, we either find a lodgings or maybe a nice, pub to, piss away this money?
Well, look, I actually need to go get Roju. He needs to show me where to go to get some magic.
Sorry, you
items.
get who, Arthur? I have no idea who this Roju person is that
sorry.
you're referring to.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, look, Gerald.
Yes.
Sorry, just could you take me to the place where I could find some, magical items from like spells and stuff like.
Oh yes, that's right. You said you wanted to get some components. Yes.
Yeah, that's the word. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
Sure. I can definitely help you with that.
Sweet.
Just back in the market that we passed through,
All
should
right.
be able to acquire what we need.
Cool.
Does it take too long? You return to the Pavilion of Trades with a magically suspended canvas roof. There's still plenty of life. It's early afternoon. There's plenty of movement. Lots of people shopping. Lots of people are at the lottery trying their luck.
Oh.
And there's also, you can see there is, you parked Dingo the horse, this magically kept pasture behind the guild house. You also see that there is a section where they have pens, where they seem to be selling off various animals, chickens, a few piglets. There's a cow and a donkey. And there's a dozen or so stall. You see an outdoor serving near one of the taverns. And I will I'm gonna for the players' sake.
But the players.
Oh,
You
Well
have a map of the market.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah. All right, cool. Market map.
Yes, market map.
Yeah.
I see it. All right, cool.
I'm just trying to. There we go.
I'm gonna throw over so people can see.
Yeah,
There
sure.
you go.
Okay.
It's not the
It's not.
biggest, but it is a map of the market, and it is north is facing this way, and just on the other side of this river is the actual royal building, which is more of an audience hall that is built into the actual black spire that the city is known for.
Right.
To the southmost, you have the Guild House. That is the Midnight Suns Guild of Volunteer headquarters.
Ah, yep, cool.
So,
Well, I'm obviously going to go up to where the components place is with Gerald.
mhm.
Gerald, this is the place, right?
Yes, you should be able to acquire. What was it you needed again?
Look, ashes from a burnt leaf or mistletoe, and a sprig of spruce.
Oh, well, we should be able to get either of those from either a vendor of herbs or simply an apothecary of some sort.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you could surely you could just burn the herb yourself. I'm sure to get the ashes.
Probably that's not the hard part. It's the sprig of spruce. You know.
Surely you could just find a spruce tree and yank a sprig
Get
off
a little
it.
sprig. That is another option. You could go
Arthur
for
sort
a
of
spruce
goes
tree.
like,
Oh,
We're in
well,
the city.
okay, Mr. Captain Obvious. You've been asking for a magical stall, and you literally only need natural things that you can find
What?
literally on the ground.
hey, I don't know how magic works. I just sort of do things.
What do you mean
and
you don't know how magic works? You've been casting spells for the last year.
Yeah, well, look, the summon beast thing is to this thing. And the cure wounds, I just touch it and it works.
Oh god,
and the
never
speak of
cure
animals,
me
I
again,
know that
please.
since I was like a baby.
I'm suddenly very
well-
concerned for my health.
You could. I mean, you are. I mean, correct me if this is at all racist, but I mean, typically I understand elves and rangers, in particular, are, specialists when it comes to, nature and things of that nature.
This is Arthur we're talking about here, Gerald.
So, you should be able to find what you need.
You are correct. I just didn't need to know.
Surely a man
Something
of your
magical.
skills and stature would be able to find a measly spruce sprig.
Oh, Gerald. Thank you. Oh,
Nana and Rudy share a look.
Nana is
Gerald, knowing full well that he's just setting Arthur up.
Anyways, Arthur still goes to the store to buy.
Yeah, I
those
show
items.
him the different stores that sell.
Yeah,
spells.
looking around, regarding what you're looking for, there is a herbalist, like a small stall where someone has a bunch of dried herbs. They have a few potted plants, a tiny, what looks like portable garden almost. It's like in a little wagon with dirt, and there's a few. And there is also a magic shop, but it's not a magic shop per se. You've all spent time in this town. You know that what they have in stock is usually items people haven't picked up because they only ever enchant on commission, and all items created are registered.
how much for the portable garden?
Are you gonna go up and ask?
Oh no.
Nana is asking how much for this beautiful little garden.
And you look over, and a human woman turns around, and you see very clearly from the clothing and the way the hair is kept, it's kind of unkept, but not like rough and matted. And it's got like flowers in it, a bit of moss growth. This person is probably from Bandoria. The clothes are also covered in vine growth, a lot of like living.
Hippie town.
Yeah, and
It's your
she
home
turns
slash.
around and says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. It is not for sale. It is simply to maintain the herbs that need to be fresh."
And Nana gushes over
It
how
is actually quite simple. It's I
wonderful
just
an
bought
idea it is.
just bought a small little, a child's pulley wagon. I fill it with some soil, and I just used some simple cantrips to maintain the nurture, and I planted in it.
And Nana and the Twig Blight look at each other and go, "That's such a beautiful idea. Maybe I'll try that myself."
Oh, I highly recommend it.
Get a little pull cart from the twig blade.
Oh no.
Okay.
I love
Okay.
this.
No, don't be
Hook-
ridiculous, guys.
hook it up to
Nana's going to
Dingo
look at
and-
the chickens instead.
Now I'm just imagining Ami pulling it and the little twig blight in a tiny, tiny little like red wagon, you know, the classic one.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. So you mentioned that there were animals, Josie, and I hate
There is
to be...
there is over. I have it drawn out somewhere. It is, I believe, this section right here is a small little open pen where there's a small sunroof and there's some fencing and there's a dirt ground and there's a few piglets, a cow, some chickens.
Mini bacon.
Are they the silky ones? Are they fluffy? Are they very fluffy chickens?
It's a bit like hodgepodge, and most of them look like they are scrawny. It looks like maybe someone just decided to, like maybe someone needed some money and decided to peddle off the runts of their own chicken collection. It's a bit like that, like
Okay.
surplus farm animals are being sold off.
I see. Okay. Nana will take the scrawniest chicken. And
Sorry.
whatever that whatever
You want to
that is.
buy a scrawny chicken?
I will buy a scrawny chicken.
And easily done. 2 silver pieces for
Okay,
the
done.
chicken, and the
Beautiful.
person guarantees you that they will be probably laying eggs someday.
That's okay. Nana just knows that it needs to be fed up. It just needs to be fatter than that, you know? Like, chickens deserve to be fat. So,
Nana, I would
yeah.
just say be careful with that chicken around Crater. He doesn't quite know that chickens aren't food.
Oh, no, you're very,
Just be
very,
very
right.
careful.
Yes, and Nana just kind of puts the chicken in the macrame, like a little pouch.
What
So-
about the twig blight?
This was what's in his boot!
Oh, okay, alright, that's right. Yeah, good, okay.
Anyway,
We're gonna have like a
Imagine you have
menagerie.
don't fucking worry
On the
about it.
strapper on one shoulder, the macrame holder on the other shoulder. We should also, before we get too far in, we do have some retcon. We have an actual message from
Oh yeah,
Goose.
we do, yeah.
Oh yes.
Alright.
So if everyone prepares,
Tearing down Siren's Gate.
Yes, turn that down.
Yeah, I
Oh,
haven't
Um,
yes,
yet.
yes.
the message might be a bit loud. Just preparing anyone using
Oh, okay.
headphones.
Alright.
As you all remember, a few days ago, Gerald sent a message to Goose asking how things were going, and now we have an actual
The official
Response.
reply
Mm.
from
the
Gus
official
Goose.
reply. I'll count us
Yep.
in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, it's good to hear from you, friend. I have just passed through Maltmarin, and it is bustling as ever.
And
You
that's
must
where the
come
word
and try
comes.
the
Guys, I wasn't done. Come on. I didn't hear the end of it.
That is the end of it.
No, there was like 3 words left. Come on.
Perfect.
Hello, it's good to hear from you, friend.
Sorry,
I
that
have
was really
just
weird.
passed through Maltmarin. and it is
I totally
bustling
started 2
as
seconds
ever.
after everyone
You
else,
must
so
come and try the.
It's not
It's
playing to
fine,
the main
it's
thing.
fine.
I'm
Right,
actually just gonna
okay.
play it
All
for
right.
myself again because I was too busy like enjoying the fact that I was counting the words out, and yeah. it
Yeah,
was-
Denny's writing in my chat saying that it was recorded in the back of the pizza shop at work.
Nice.
I think the main thing to remember is that it was cut off at the end, guys, I think.
Yeah.
Goose
Oh,
is
yeah.
fine. It
Yeah,
was
right
cut off
out.
at
You
the
should really
end.
try
Right.
The what?
Exactly.
Try
Exactly.
the what is the question.
Um,
yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, that failed spectacularly.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna send another message to Goose. I'm gonna just
Okay.
cast sending in my book. I'm gonna write, dear Dusk Goose. Once again, this is your wizard Gerald. Lovely to hear from you. I must try the what? Sadly, your message That's it.
These two.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Why?
I mean, he writes, he continues to write the sentence. Sadly, your message cut off, and I didn't quite get the rest of it. Please reply, send again. But of course, none of that actually goes through. He's just writing it all.
You keep writing, but it's almost as if your quill automatically runs out of ink after 25 words.
Yeah.
Like, no matter how much you keep scribbling, it's just like scratching the paper.
But he's kind of just like not even really looking at the page. It's sort of like absentmindedly, like just like brain to hand. Yeah.
And then looking down, just realizes there's nothing on the page except those first
He
25
probably doesn't even know because as soon as it sends, I imagine the text disappears.
Yeah.
So he's just like, oh, good, it sent. Yes, that's all.
So you're all in the market. Nana is buying a chicken, and Gerald has taken a moment to send a message to Goose. What else are you doing?
Well, is there a fine clothier in the market here, or would this be in another sort of district of the town?
You could probably find a tailor, but but it's more of like finished products that are then like taken in to fit.
Well,
if you want to go to like a fancy tailor, you probably have to go looking somewhere else.
Because Rudy, like way back when he made his glove, to be able to cast his magic again, he kind of had to make do with some rough leather he found in Burrow. It was kind of the result works, but it's not to his his taste. So he's looking for something a little bit fancier, maybe a little bit softer, maybe a little bit silkier, maybe a little bit more, flashy. So he just wants to find a really, really fancy pair of gloves. Like, we're talking like primo, silk.
You'd probably have to take to like looking around town. Doesn't look like there's anything of that sort in the market.
Yeah, that's all right. That's a tomorrow job.
I just feel like pretty soon you're going to have no flesh there, and you're going to be the conduit. You won't need your glove anymore. You'll be the bones soon.
What are you talking about? He can still wear gloves if he wants to be
he
fancy.
can absolutely wear. I'm just saying.
You can say to Rudy that he can't wear gloves if he's got skeleton hands.
You don't need the gloves.
Wow.
He is the skeleton. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
I mean, you're gonna have to find some new gloves once you've lost all the flesh off your hands, because they won't stay on.
True. I mean, what?
You get those gloves with the ropes, like the cardboard on the end.
Yeah, he's just gonna tighten them up.
The mittens that like attach to your rope.
The ones that have the string that goes inside the clothes, so you don't.
What? No, he's gonna modify them. I mean, look, he's still got skin and muscle on his most of his fingers for now. Okay,
He hasn't skin on those bones.
Look, he hasn't taken off the glove yet. He doesn't know what's going on under there just yet.
You know
gonna
exactly what's going on.
Take it off, and it's all gonna come off.
Taking a look around the market, seeing where you might find what you're looking for, you come upon two places of interest besides the little portable garden area with the stall. There is what you see. There's a small building that has like glass windows, a pointed front, so it's not just a flat wall. It's windowed walls. And inside you can see what looks like coats, jackets, and you see what looks like a peacock sitting in the window on a little peg.
All right.
And there is also a shop. Let me double check. Where am I? There is also the Skysoar Emporium. You see a sign, which is the enchanter, the local magic commissioner.
Sweet. So Arthur's got 3 stores to go to now. So he's gonna go and talk to the one with the little garden to see if they had any any leaves or anything like that just left over.
Yeah, if you ask for any specifics, they very quickly pluck some things together, and what doesn't seem to be available at hand, they do a few gestures. She moves her fingers around one of her hands, and out of the palm seems almost to grow just like a little branch and the leaf sprouts, and then breaks it off and hands it to you. And for the lot, like 7 copper pieces.
7 copper? No problem at all.
Because what you're asking for is pretty mundane, easy to
Yeah.
acquire things.
And then Arthur is going to go over to the shop with the peacock in the window.
Yeah. Is anyone else following Arthur over there?
Rudy has nothing better to
To
do. He'd be
the-
following.
To the
Oh.
shop of the peacock, did you say?
Yeah, it's called the Felicis Exotic Wares.
Yeah, probably. I
Do
feel
I,
like the
do I
chicken
know
did
what
take
kind of shop that is? By any chance?
They buy and sell spell beast, live animals, and processed products.
So Arthur's going to go inside and
I guess I'll-
immediately cast Speak with Animals.
And as you're inside, the shopkeep, a half elf, abruptly walks up and says, "Excuse me, sir. What are you doing?
Arthur's
No
sort of-
weaving in the store, if you please. Do not disturb the animals or the products."
So Arthur's going to speak peacock to him.
Well, you've been interrupted
But-
mid.
yeah, but Arthur's
mid-
not going to speak English to him or common to him. He's just going to speak peacock to him and go,
No, but you're
sorry.
being interrupted while casting. Like
Oh,
you've
okay.
been interrupted.
Okay, I'm casted. Okay. Hi, how are you? That peacock's pretty, isn't it?
It is indeed, and it's not for sale.
Why not?
It's my peacock.
Okay. Sorry.
But feel free to look around.
What? Okay. Look, do
I'm
you
just
have
gonna be browsing and pretending I'm not with Arthur.
Yeah, Rudy's pretty much on the other side of the store doing the same thing. Just
Yes.
Spell beast. Do you have any spell beast pellets or anything around here?
A few. We have some basics. We have some very interesting things. We have a jacket that simply allows you to carry a little bit more. We have a scarf that simply keeps you warm no matter how cold it gets.
Oh.
We have a pair of boots that keep your feet dry no matter how wet the rest of you get. Then, of course, I do have the premium section, but I don't think looks you over.
Oof.
Excuse me. I have the coin for the premium section.
Are you sure?
Well, give me one of these premium items and give me a cost with it.
Very well. And just goes behind, just a moment, goes behind this drape of ribbons that shimmer. Like, they look like they were matte black, but as they're moved, they just, like, sparkle in various prisms colors. And then comes back out with a glass case, like a box with a glass top. Inside, you see these scaly, like tough, like amphibian hide gauntlets with a bunch of runes all over them, and says, "These are the Defender gauntlets, and they run you." The asking price currently is 7,500 platinum pieces.
7,500. Wow.
Get wrecked.
Arthur's going to play his cool.
Sweats.
He is going to deceive and say, "Yes, I do have that money. Unfortunately, I cannot carry it on me on my travels. as you know, there's a lot of people that would attack you while you are traveling. So I've kept most of that sort of large amount of sum at home. So he's going to very truly deceive as much as he can. He
Make a
will-
deception
In my
check.
other wallet.
a deception.
I left in my car. Left in my horse.
You know what? Hold that item, and I'll be
Hmm.
right back. I swear.
Never trust a fool.
Rudy and
Yeah,
Gerald.
but
were the-
that's only to play dumb. That's when you're playing dumb, you get advantage on
All right.
deception.
Rolling.
Rudy and
22.
Gerald at the back of the store going.
22.
Is he just trying to? Gerald, what is he? Oh,
Looks you over again.
I don't know.
Well, I suppose if you just came back from the wilds, yes, you wouldn't want to carry anything expensive with you. And then just like puts it back like to the side.
Any
Anything else
other?
I can help you with?
Well,
Well, if you, sorry to say, but I suppose maybe you might as well. Sorry, I have to actually bring a thing up.
Not a thing. Not this. Anything but this.
Do a thing.
Suddenly,
No, not the
peacock
thing,
attacks.
no.
Arthur's
Sorry, I
chased
got
out of the
offense chicken.
store with feathers and
Throw it at
pecking.
people.
Peacock casts prismatic spray.
Absolutely.
Now that's the animal I want to take into my pocket pet battles.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to try and get the peacock for that.
Although, like, how many animals can we feasibly keep with us on our travels? Like,
I mean,
we.
0, really.
Sorry, that's a rude question. That's a pretty rude question. I just feel like, why would you even ask that?
Practically, the answer is 0. Actually, the answer is as many
Oh,
as Nana
wow.
wants.
First off, this is my first animal that I've ever had. The other ones are technically plants and fungus. So,
I mean, fair.
The clerk goes back behind again and comes back with another, but this time it's not a glass case. This is a lead box, like heavy, like just like dunk, puts it down. And you like starts unlocking this lock, and it is both mechanical and magical. They speak a few enchantments. A part of the lock opens, then puts in a key, unlocks, puts in another key on the side, unlocks, opens it, and inside you can see, in chains, heavy chains, a book bound in this very, very beautiful, like silver fur.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh, wow.
Gerald, do you see that?
Please tell me more about this. Look, I've got a friend here who knows a little bit about books as well. He's gonna
Gerald,
try to-
you've been roped in.
The,
Gerald?
no, I'm sure the shopkeeper at this point just sees this wizard hat rise over Arthur's shoulder.
This might be interesting to you. You look like a weaver of the arcane like myself.
Oh, quite
Oh,
astute
I
of you,
am.
yes.
Oh,
You're not. You don't do arcane magic, Arthur.
I
mean,
I do.
ranger that I don't know.
This is just goddamn
Anyway,
rude.
what is this interesting artifact?
This book has been instilled with several effects by a very, very, very unique creature from the far north, within the misty veil of the North Shard. And it is simply said that whatever magic you put on the book's page, you can conjure in the blink of an eye.
Wow, most impressive.
However, you might find that there's some less likable features of the book, and as the person says these words, you see like a tongue just like comes out from between the pages and starts like licking the edge of the book.
It's like the perfect companion to Crater. Oh my
Yeah?
god.
Excuse me? We could literally have like a mimic book?
Yeah.
How much is it? Here's your book.
Oh,
Shut up.
look with the counter
Yeah.
down. I'm sorry, this is not a mimic. The book is not sentient. It is simply a feature. The way it's been inscribed as part of the pelt, some of the magic was also in the beast's tongue. and that has been
Oh.
fastened in the middle of the book.
So it's
It
like
seems to
a
move on its own every now and then.
so it's like a very animated bookmark, is what you're saying.
Pretty much, yes.
Will it keep a page, or will it lose the page? If
How do you mean?
like if I were to use the tongue, say, as a bookmark,
Mhm.
will it just flop out of the book by itself, or will it?
Oh, the
stay
tongue. The
put?
tongue is attached. It is in the center of the book's binding, in the very middle.
Oh, okay. So not so much usable as a bookmark then.
No, it also wanders a little bit. It will. If you tried bending it in between the pages, it would probably just flop out.
I see. I see. When you say wanders, as in like the entire book wanders?
No. Just, and you see the tongue like disappears in between the pages, and then just like shoots out further down.
Oh, well, that's that's
Kind of
certainly
disturbing.
unique. It doesn't. You said it's not sentient, right?
Oh no, it is not. It doesn't have a conscious, as you or I would perhaps describe.
Right.
Also, if there is a just all caveats decided, and by the way, the price is 50,000 gold pieces. But yes, any spell written on the book's pages can be cast in a mere moment, and then if, say, you get into a dire situation and someone tries to steal your book, since the enchantment is placed both within the pelt of the binding and the tongue itself, if you simply yank the tongue loose from the book, all magic disappears and all spells are removed from within the pages, and no one can use it against you.
Right. Does the tongue go back in after the yanking?
No, it's a one time.
Oh, it's basically a destruction mechanism, then.
Yes.
Right.
It was very hard to create, I will tell you. Very powerful.
I imagine so. Yes. Sadly, I am not in the means of 15,000 gold at present.
And as you say that, just like slams the lid down. I see. Starts locking it.
But good to know you have it.
Yes, and probably for a while. I haven't met a lot of people interested. And not a lot of people with the coin. Maybe I'll travel to the east and try my luck in the Ivory Hold. I've heard they have a bit of a more fluid economy. Just like walks back with it.
All right.
Yeah, Nana just kind of go like.
And then comes back out empty-handed. Anything else I can help you all with?
It doesn't seem so. Unless did we spy anything interesting as we were browsing? What was like on display?
I mean, there are several like items of clothing that seem to have various runes on them, but knowing magic as you do, they all are very, very basic, like cantrip level effects.
I imagine they wouldn't be on display otherwise. Very good. Well, feel free to browse more if you all like. I have other business to attend to, and if you're welcome to tag along if you wish. My intention is to find or go back to the store that does the enchanting.
Oh, I was about to go there as well, Gerald. I think that's a great idea.
Oh, I don't see any reason Rudy and Nana, or Rudy won't tag along.
Oh yeah, no, Nana's kind of like been done. She's just been like sort of looking at the shelves, really sort of bored. It's sort of just gently rocking this like chicken in the little pouch. And as soon as he kind of started being a stingy bastard, she like sort of started lowering like the little boot onto the floor, and then she just kind of leaves, and the boot falls.
Just bloody left footprint. out the door.
And she's like, ooh.
You do, as you're closing the door, as the door is closing, you do hear, huh?
Yes, got him.
Rudy accidentally found himself like scratching his arm, just absent-mindedly while he was in the store, and then when he sort of walked out of the store and looked down, he realized there's actually a quite a decent hole in his arm where he was scratching. Yeah, and now he's like, oh, I wonder where that fell off.
God, I hope it's in the box. I hope it's in the box with the book.
And it just like the tongue just like laps it up.
And then it just conjures Rudy's hearts.
Oh no!
Contaminated the book.
Horror, pure horror. Yes. So
Rudy tugs his sleeve a little bit further down. Now he's like, oh dear.
So yes, I'm gonna head to the enchantment store.
Yeah, you enter the Skysoar Emporium, and it's a very like dank, smells of incense. It's dark, and very quickly you all come in, and there isn't much room for more people in there as you're like filing in. And you have Crater and Sin with you as well.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
And you see again a half elf. This one more feminine looking, long hair, where the front has been like tied back, and is currently wearing what looks to be like a version of like a welder's mask. And it has like a few small tools, and there's like a tiny bit of magical light inside a what looks like a funnel that is just showing down on something small, and this person is like poking with little tools on a very small item. There's a few sparks every now and then. As you step in, they look up. Opens the welder's mask. Hello, good day. How can I help you all?
Good afternoon. I'm Gerald, and
Holds out a hand, like a big gloved hand, and you can see this large glove has like a bunch of runes all over it. Ivanus Skysoar.
Evanes. Very good. Shake her hand. The sky sword, he said?
Soar.
Sword.
Soar.
Ah, cool. Gotcha. Evidence, yes. I wanted to make a couple of inquiries with you. We've just come back off of some guild business, and along the way, I've come across a few unusual trinkets, and I was looking for your professional opinion or potentially help in seeing what we might be able to do with them. And I'll start unpacking a couple of things. So I'm going to pull out
and as you're doing that, you see this person like puts the little funnel light to the side and snaps the gloved hand's fingers, and a few sparks like fly out from where the finger snaps, and you see this like chandelier above just ignites.
Nice.
Feel free, just like pushes their own work to the side.
Yes, so I'm gonna pull out the Rod of the Pact Keeper, and take off the Ring of Spell Storing, and pull out the big dragon scale.
Oh dearie, look at that! You got plenty of good stuff. Anyone else? Are you all in the same group? And just gestures to everyone. If you have any trinkets you want me to take a look at.
Arthur's gonna put down the thermos of Emma's hot cocoa and the
This is to
Not
get
just
it like
that, just that.
assessed financially, yeah?
yes.
No, I've got
no.
a different plan.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
okay.
All right. Well, Rudy doesn't really have anything he's not wearing, so.
Yeah, no,
Alright.
this isn't I don't think this is the kind of store that buys stuff. So it's not going to be. It's not that kind of a thing. I don't believe.
Right.
All right. Arthur, in this case, puts the thermos still forward and the immovable rod forward as well.
Nana, you also have the.
I was
Sky
just
Blinder.
thinking, I've got the Skyblinder. Is that right?
Sky
And then
Bio
she just
stuff,
kind of
yeah.
pulls it out and goes, "Oh, Gerald, did you want this looked at as well? I just been holding it."
Oh, certainly. Yeah, I mean, anyway, because I'm not 100% certain, I don't have a specific plan.
Sorry, that's me cat. And you just like see a cat that comes like
Yeah.
walking in the background.
Great.
Does it happen to be named Siri?
How'd you know?
Oh, just good at guessing names, really.
So, I was wondering what I could do with these items. I'm running into a problem where I am unable to physically attune to more magical means. And I was hoping to maybe combine in some way or augment some small measure of ability from one and sort of to, condense it down in a way that I could get some of the use out of these. And also with the dragon scale, I acquired it along the way, and I'm really not sure what to do with it necessarily. So I was hoping for some ideas or suggestions or ways that we could, perhaps it might come in use in this request.
Let me have a look then. Takes off the mask and puts on a pair of glasses instead that I've been hanging, takes from under the shirt, puts on a pair of glasses, holds up your rod of packkeeper.
Oh, this one I actually made myself. And it's made out of
it's a bit ingenious, actually. Yes, I see.
Oh, well, thank you.
But I don't think I'm not sure it's gonna hold for much longer, and shows you the pearl. And it's
cracking.
got like even more like what's it called, like spider web cracks all over it. It looks like it's overloading or something. It's can't seem to handle the enchantment very well.
Oh, I was afraid of that. It's quite a. Is it rescuable? Do you think? Is there something we could do to balance out the magics of this?
And just like takes out a little extra lens and places and holds it ever so. Is it? Did you want something done with this? Because I think, would it be okay if I took this apart?
Oh, if it's within your means to do so without damaging it, of course.
Yeah, just give me a moment. And like takes out a little like leather roll filled with small tools and start like very slowly prying the pearl like out, like moving some of the little woven roots away, and like ever so carefully wiggles the pearl out and just takes a good look at it and puts on a different lens, just hooks it on top of the glasses. There's something inside the pearl.
Inside the pearl?
Yeah, just like really, really closely examined it.
This was it was given to me by a naiad. I believe it's a pearl from the plane of water.
Oh. Well, I have no idea what it is, and just like keeps looking at it, but there's something in there. Maybe it's supposed to break.
Oh?
And then but I am not going to try it, and just puts it down like on the
Smart lady.
Oh, I pick it up and have a bit of a look myself, if I'm able to see anything.
I mean, if we just take a hammer to it, could we not just find out what's in there right now?
Rudy!
What? I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna smash this pearl. I need this for identifying things.
And then like takes a look like, like lifts up the ring of spell storing. Very rudimentary, very basic.
That's not my work.
No. Just it gets the job done, no issues. And then what we could do, looks at the scale as well. I'm assuming you talked about putting 1 and 1 together, make a 2 for a tournament.
I see what you did there. Yes.
Hey, Alino, what? Coming in here with that raid. Hello.
There's an idea, yeah.
Hello, everyone.
I can hire a
Guys, get some hype in the chat for Alino.
have
Welcome in,
perhaps
everyone.
one
How are y'all doing?
to
D&D raid. Heckin' yeah, that's it. That's it. You guys are coming for a very, very different type of stream than what you might be used to. Alino, mate, how's the God of War going? And thank you so much for raiding. I really do appreciate it. Welcome in, raiders. You've raided me. I'm the one waving down the bottom. I'm the one raiding down. I'm the one waving at the bottom here. Hello. We are playing our weekly D&D game. Right now we're in a city, Ebonspire, and we're just essentially doing a bit of shopping. We've kind of just completed like a really major quest, and we're kind of like wrapping up a fair, like just a few like odds and ends regarding like our inventory and stuff like that we haven't really addressed for a little bit. But it's the perfect time to raid in because like we might be, you know, leading into new story hooks and stuff like that tonight. So really good, interesting session that could literally go anywhere. So welcome on in. It's a good time. Hey, Y1U, hello. Alano, you killed the last boss tonight and had some sound issues. Oh damn. Oh, that's not good. Sound issues. Aw, that's not great. I've heard a lot of people have been having issues with Twitch recently, so maybe it's something going around, like maybe something between Twitch and the like Stream Elements and Streamlabs, maybe something's going wrong. I don't know what's going on. That's unfortunate here, but I'm glad you beat God of War in the hardest difficulty. That's something I cannot do. I've tried it in the past. Absolutely not something I can do. You are a better player than I, my friend. So just a quick sort of word to to those of you who come in. So because this is D&D, I will have to get back into the game, so to speak, in a second. And I won't be able to communicate with chat verbally, but I will respond to everything via text. So if you have any questions, if you want to just chat, you know, ask about, chat about anything really, I'll respond via text. That's how we tend to do things on D&D nights. A quick rundown on who I'm playing with. We've got Josie Poser, who's our DM, lovely DM. We got Roju from Participation Award playing Gerald, our wizard. Wedderstorb playing Arthur, our ranger. Cuddly Raptor playing Nana, our druid. And myself, AussieDevFro, playing Rudy Magic Hands, the party's cleric, who is currently decomposing because he's wearing some cursed armor. But that's essentially the party. We're doing some shopping, and yeah, we just essentially, it's several hours of us bantering and having a good roleplay time. The last boss is rough. You spend about 2 hours on it. I can imagine. It's a tough boss even on normal, Alano. It's a tough boss even on normal. But yes, I will have to get back into the game. I can't really hear what's going on when I'm talking too much. But yeah, as I said, any questions you've got at all, just type it in chat. Again, Alano, thank you so much for the raid. I really do appreciate it, buddy. And yeah, Y1, absolutely, go for the lurk. That is A-okay. Normally D&D works best when you're lurking because visually there's not too much going on the screen, but there's a lot of banter and a lot of roleplay going on. So just, maybe pop something up on the second monitor and listen in and just enjoy the laughs, guys. I'll see you in chat.
Definitely a tricky one.
Yeah.
Takes a look at the rod. You know what? I'm going to, if you can leave this with me till tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll have a think. I'll do some sketching, and you come back tomorrow, and I'll let you know what I think can be done.
Sounds like a perfect idea. All right. That's basically it for me. I got nothing else I really need enchanting or changed or anything. And then out of nowhere, tap flowers.
Here I thought he got rid of his
That's a
only
neat
opening
trick.
line, but he's
Like
got
takes
the
one of
open
the
flowers.
flowers and puts them in their hair, like behind the ear.
Wow.
Honestly, how many flowers can that damn thing hold?
Probably infinite.
Ugh.
Arthur gets away because he's not selling that because that's a great pickup line.
Oh dear.
That's
Rudy's just been in the corner, just like playing with Crater, just sort of trying to teach him how to like do a little pirouette.
Actually, crap.
Did you have any ideas about the dragon scale, by the way?
No, but I did have a quick think while looking over the thermals, and I think if you'd be able to pay me 1250 gold pieces up front and a further 1250 in 2 weeks, I'm pretty sure I can get this rod sorted.
As in 1,250?
Correct.
Even holding Goose's money, I've like got 500. We're not that flush.
Oh?
How
How much we need? 1,000.
I don't think any of us have that combined.
No, none of us have that.
In terms of funds,
And like 20 of... Wait, did I actually add Goose's platinum? Oh, heck.
Sorry, we were figuring out money. Did you get rid of the staff or did someone keep it? Because I think I
It
gave
should
it.
be in your bag of holding. It's in your bag of holding.
Oh, sorry. I thought Nana would have taken that out because she just doesn't know what Gerald wants to do with it. She's just holding it for him.
So while they're doing money, can I bring out the token of Featherfall?
Yeah.
I say, what can we do with this?
Oh well, not much really. It's a one-off use. It's simply whenever it's in your pocket, if you fall, it breaks and you fall slower and safely.
There's no way we can enchant it and.
No, I'm afraid it's a bit too weak. It's already a very very rudimentary low level kind of magic, and if you spread it even more thinly, it's not going to be effective.
Nah, that's all right. No problem.
We have uses for that though, Arthur. That's perfectly a useful item.
Well, yeah, like if somebody hypothetically pushes you off a tall building, you can, use that to save yourself.
Well, actually, I was thinking I might
completely
even
hypothetical.
Broomstick.
I might actually give it to Gerald. That way, when he does,
you don't even have to use it yourself. The token breaks whenever it's reached a certain velocity.
Oh,
Just break.
Okay. Yeah, well, here, Gerald, you can have that.
Oh, thank you.
I'm not very high in the air very often, so.
I will tuck the feather in my hat next to the to the bit of naiad stuff.
Sure.
So I'm trying to do some quick now.
Nana will pull out the Skyblinder staff. Also, the scale mail. You're wearing that, right, Rudy?
The set of armor that is literally decomposing me.
Is there, AC 14 and stealth on it, and 45 pounds that I can take away from my inventory.
Oh, that's the one you found. No, that's the one you found in first world.
That's something completely different. Yeah.
So, was it gold you needed?
Is there a? It's been a while since we've been back. Where is the store these days that deals in buying and selling of magical objects? Because as you can see, we've got a few things here that we might.
I do buy some, and I like breaking them down and adding their enchantments to my knowledge.
Oh, very good. Yes, well, if you wanted to sell some things here, we do have a few.
Holds out the staff. I can't attune to anything else. I don't know what we want to do with this.
Well, take a quick look. It's unfinished.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah, I could probably. It wouldn't take more than a day or two to just finish it, and essentially that would remove the whole adding weight upon attunement. Is all.
Oh, the what?
The adding weight on attunement. The downside on it.
Oh, there was a down. Oh, Gerald.
Yeah, remember it makes you heavy when you.
Oh, I know, but Gerald never told us. Gerald kept that a secret.
I could probably finish this. Make it less. Make it less finicky to use. But if you want to sell it,
I don't think any of us particularly. I think it would be an honor if you wanted it, or. I mean, any of you, it's probably not much
let's
use to me.
Finish it. I have an idea.
Because
Oh,
I'd take it off your hands for 500 gold pieces.
How much does it cost to fix it?
If you want me to fix it, 50, 75 maybe, and some time.
Didn't we say we were gonna give it to Sin, guys? Didn't we say we were gonna give it to Sin? Is it too dangerous for a little kid?
it's no, it's probably a bit rich for a kid though.
A bit rich.
But she's
Wow.
been through so much.
She deserves the fucking best. I'm gonna have her fix it. Fuck it.
Well, we still don't have enough. I guess I won't be able to do any of my work, I suppose.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
I
so
can
it's
afford
just
it.
the material and time. This since it is your craft, not my own. It would
completely
longer.
understand.
It would require me to do proper research of how it's all wired.
Yes. No, of course, I understand. Yes, we did. Sadly, sometimes the guild pays well, but ends up being not that well.
This scale, though, would make a rather ingenious shield, simply
Ah,
with some
I was
some
thinking
very
something along those
Yeah.
lines. I'm not much good with shields, though, mind you. I don't think.
Rudy's ears have pricked up at this. Well, I mean, how? As in, we would retrofit this armor to become, a shield as such, or?
Oh no, the dragon scale.
Oh, the dragon scale. Sorry, Rudy's been, as I said, playing with Kratos. He's not really paying too much attention. Oh well, I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, Gerald, that's your scale. There's no need
yes.
to be turned into something you can't use.
Well, I mean, yes, that's quite it. Yes, I mean, it is. I must agree, it is perfectly shield-sized, though. Would you be interested in buying it for on selling as a shield eventually?
Oh, definitely. I'd love to work with this. It's in pristine condition.
It's quite good.
It is. I have no idea where you got a hold of this.
It cost a pretty penny, let me tell you.
I'd be willing
I
to
don't know what a
give
penny
you.
is, though.
You know what?
Gerald, you say the weirdest things sometimes.
I don't
I'd
know
be
where it
willing
comes
to
from.
trade you the scale for the work on your rod.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh.
well, I think that's a perfectly acceptable trade.
Oh.
Here we are.
If that's something you're open to, I will consider it paid in full.
All right. Well, done and done then.
That's
Yeah, and
good work.
come back, check in with me in a week regarding the rod, and I should be able to tell you how everything's coming along.
Okay.
And
So
then
my-
just like
Oh, sorry.
sort
Am
of
I leaving the rod and the ring with them then?
you would be then, yes.
Sweet. Cool. Done.
Yeah, but they do like push the cracked pearl towards you.
Oh yes, thank you.
Yes.
I'll maybe have another look at this.
Yeah, dude, that's very interesting. Let me know what you find inside it.
Of course. It's gonna be a Pokeball, isn't it, Josie?
you wanna, did you all wanna take a look at anything? I do sell a few knickknacks as well.
Not
Anyone's
overly. Rudy's keen to get out and go have a drink or rest. He's keen to be done with the shopping malarkey.
You said she was like working on something that was like little lights in a little.
Oh yeah, what was that?
Well,
What was that?
If you show an interest, oh, it's this damned thing. It's a ring of invisibility, but it comes with a caveat, and I'm just trying to refine it. It was commissioned actually by the guild, but it came out wrong. I got some bad materials, and I'm just trying to make it work properly.
What?
Keep that away from Arthur.
What backfired on it?
Oh, the person who attuned couldn't seem to gain any beneficial effects from potions.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
they were
that's-
somehow rendered inert.
That's
It's-
quite unique, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just.
Do you think
I've had a talk with my vendors, supplying the materials.
do you think, and this might be a silly idea, but perhaps the invisibility is so good that the potion can't interact with the organs in any way.
You know what? I'd love to think so,
Perhaps
but
the organs are invisible to the potion.
Gerald, that sounds like
Move
something
on
Arthur
with
would
that.
say.
Well, it's just an idea.
Also, Nana, did you want the Skyblinder staff to get fixed?
Yes, I've put the money aside for it. Yeah.
And that as well, it said like come back tomorrow, should be fixed.
Sweet.
All right, my throat is dry. I'm ready to get out of here.
All right. We know you
All right,
want a
Rudy.
drink. Let's go. It must be the worms.
Yes, Nana, it is absolutely the worms.
Oh,
We
what do you
just-
mean? I didn't say it. No, it was very quiet. I don't know how you still hear. Your ears are.
I
probably
still
open.
have ears, Nana.
For how long,
you-
though, Rudy?
Do we get looks while we're having this conversation as we walk?
A little bit.
What happens when his ears fall off? Will
I
he
mean,
be
Rudy
deaf
can-
for a while?
No, Rudy can still
Lizards
smell.
can
He can still
hear,
smell.
so
He still has
you
Yeah,
the full
but-
Arthur
capabilities.
leans on the table and goes,
But that's
"You
'cause,
don't
like,
have any
Because the
enchantments that
smell
keep-"
sensors aren't just in the nostrils there.
Oh.
They're in
And
the
the person leans in towards Arthur. You said?
Yeah, you wouldn't have them to have something that keeps a person from, well, I don't like to use the word, but rotting.
I have a set of armor that keeps you floating.
Looks over at Rudy, floating.
They all float down here.
Arthur, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but
And Nana just kind of goes, "We've had enough with the armor. I think no more armor ever." And she just.
this is not the place for the discussion, Arthur. I'm not taking off the armor anytime soon.
200 gold for a pristine set of mariner's armor.
It could protect you better, friend.
Rudy walks out of the store.
I'm sorry for him. He gets a bit sensitive when he
It's
loses
fine. No one wants to buy the damn thing when they hear what happened to it. Anyway.
What happened to it?
Teeth.
Well, I
Close to
bought
the
it off.
story.
Bought it off estate sale. The owner got hung. Apparently went mad and murdered his own family.
Oof.
Arthur sort of backs away from the counter and goes, look, I can understand that's a hard sell.
So it only keeps you floating in water, then, not
Oh, yeah, it also allows
guessing.
you to. The water sort of like moves aside. You swim a bit quicker, faster.
What
I
kind of
see.
armor is it, Josie?
It's a breastplate, and you see the person then like dinks it. It's like hanging on
Oh,
the
yeah.
wall behind.
Medium armor. Gotcha.
Were you thinking about getting it?
I mean, I've got pretty mundane armor, you know.
Yeah, Mariner's
Always gotta
armor.
check.
Mariner's armor, like the clerk explains, it allows you. It gives you a swimming speed equal to your walking speed, and it also, whenever you are unconscious underwater, it automatically starts floating you towards the surface.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Oh, I wish we would have bought it
very
from
safety
Lena, but
focused.
I think they've already taken off. We could mail it to them.
But Rudy, stepping outside, you do know that there is drinking establishment in the guild headquarters. There is also the Hearth Home Inn, and that is the place that has the outdoors serving area. That's currently got a few people sitting at it, and there's also the U-Log Lodgings and Tavern.
Where would be the most likely place that the party would set up, like, shop, as into, rest and whatnot? Would we be resting at the guild, or...?
Yeah, the guild
Yeah.
would have probably have access.
Right,
where
so
you would
that
be
that
able
would be
to
the
find-
most likely place. I mean, he's gonna wait for the rest of the party to come out first. He's not gonna like leave, but he probably waits outside. He assumed like Sin was probably waiting outside, and
Because the guild has its own pub, right?
yeah, exactly.
The guild has its own
yeah.
pub, and they also have like they have ish dormitory. They have a few rooms with beds, but it's also common courtesy to not keep a room for too long, since people
Oh yeah,
come and go.
yeah. Maybe oh, actually, hold on 2 seconds.
Bless you.
Okay.
Bless you.
Ah.
Cough. I vote cough.
You vote
It,
cough?
it was a sneeze.
Ah.
Well, yeah, I'm assuming like, I mean, we're probably gonna be around for a while. We'll probably stay in town then. I don't know. But again, Rudy's waiting for the rest of the party. He just didn't want to be. He's over people trying to make him change his mind regarding this armor. Until he rests on it and thinks on it more. There's no changing what has to be done now.
We must become the bones we once
The rest of the
feared.
party, you step out of the Skysore Emporium. Rudy's standing outside waiting, and you've been on the market a little bit now. It's hitting mid-afternoon. We're talking like 3 p.m. ish vibes.
Well, I
Is there
think we're all done in the marketplace. Shall we just go rest up for the evening?
That is possibly the best idea I've heard all day, Roger. Gerald, fuck.
Who's this Roju person that people keep
Ah!
talking about? I'm so confused.
Oh, I must have. Hang on, I think I'm losing a piece of my brain. Hold
How
on.
would you know who this is?
No clue. But do we think we can stay at the guild, or should we maybe, since we have?
I mean, we might as well
More than-
stay at guild. I mean, while we're here.
Would that be fine for Sin to stay there too? Like, it's assumed that if you're.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it would. Sin would be considered part of your party.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Then I guess we make our way over to the.
And I think as you're all making your way towards the guild headquarters, that is a perfect place to break for a break.
Break for break.
Yeah.
Break.
break.
Break for
Love
some
it.
drinks, go to the bathroom, and
Yes.
say hello to any newcomers in any of the chats. Do a quick recap, but I will be right back. I do need to refill drink and go to the bathroom. I will be right
Because
back.
certain people have been repeatedly moistening me as we've been going.
Mm.
On to you. All right. I'm going to go pee and fill up my water bottle then. So
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
I will also have to run in the little Froze room, but I'll do a recap when I get back because I do have a few people in here who haven't been with us before. Yes,
Nice.
so
Hello, you
BRB.
people.
I think Cuddly's gonna be chilling. Unless, wait, has Cuddly frozen? Cuddly's frozen. Oh my god. Okay. Well, it looks like there's no one here, despite Cuddly actually being here. What a frame to freeze on. So just give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm gonna run a little Froze room. I'll BRB. I won't put you on a BRB screen because someone should. You know what? Fuck it. I'll wait till someone comes back. Just for anyone who's popped in with the raid or popped in who hasn't seen the session before, so this is Dramonia. This is entirely homebrew from... Oh, there's Cuddly. Okay, that's a problem because now I've been split in half. I will... No, this way. Here I am. I'll be over here now. Yeah, so this is Dramonia, which is entirely homebrew. Josie Poser has made this campaign essentially from scratch. It's a combination of D&D and Pathfinder, so it's kind of a bit of both. This adventure's been going for over a year. We only play once a week, so it's been quite a long adventure for us. But we haven't really gotten too much done in the world. We've only just completed like the first major quest line that we had, which was really cool. The fact that we actually got there was really awesome. But the long story short, if anyone wants a super quick recap, we were sent to hunt down a nasty character. We found
Hello,
them.
what happened to Cuddly?
Hold on. She DC'd. I don't know. I don't know where she
Yeah,
went.
she's gone from the Discord
Yeah.
call as well. So I'm guessing internet.
Yeah, it must be an internet. Yeah, Davey's telling me Cuddly's stream crashed.
Okay, then it's
yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's something happening over here. Yeah,
And
Cuddly
this-
lost internet.
She lost internet. Okay, so I'm like I've kind of worked myself into a spot where it kind of works.
On my screen, you're still full. Cuddly was murdered, says Pabor. What?
That was the tier 3 sub. I was just doing like a ultra like quick recap of the entire thing to the raiders, like the entire campaign. So I'll start from the top again. So as I said, we were sent after a bad dude. We caught up to the bad dude in a very frosty city called Bura. We cornered them in an ice mine. Turns out, giant zombie horde inside the ice mine, everybody dead. We murdered the guy we were meant to capture. But it's okay, we took his head and can resurrect the head at any time, thanks to yours truly. On our adventures to bring the head back to the guild headquarters were long and very distracting, resulting in going to a fancy party, having many people accidentally assassinated and murdered at said party, with black slime. Rudy healing his father, however, it might cost him more than he thought. And yeah, a lot of adventures on the high seas, a lot of adventures on ground, but we have eventually turned in the head, so to speak, and we're getting there.
We lost to Cuddly?
We did. She lost her internet.
Oh,
Yes,
right.
yes.
I was like, why is my head in two squares?
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like leaning over here. I'm gonna run to Little Fro's room now because I didn't go. I kept chat company, but I'll be back in a second.
Oh, very good.
Would Orbo Roju mind doubling up in the call, just so that we?
Yeah, I can do that.
Because Cuddly's internet broke. She's trying to get back in.
Cuddly, no. But yes, I just need to go find the link. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
How's everybody doing? How's everybody finding the game today so far?
Oh, I'm finding it good.
I'm always pumped for D&D night.
I am definitely interested to see how this immovable rod quiver arrows thing works. If
Yes.
it works.
I have an idea. Yeah, I have an idea. I just need to think about balance.
Yep.
But it will probably let you do some sort of like a certain amount of arrows every day has like can slow an enemy.
Yeah.
Some sort of Hawkeye bullshit.
Yeah. Look, to be honest, that was exactly what I was. No, not Hawkeye,
Yeah.
but I wanted
It will
like the
probably,
arrows to be able to like either slow them down or.
Yeah, I'm thinking. My current thought is
There we go.
that my current thought is every dawn you get to roll like a d10 and that many arrows. Whenever you hit a creature with it, they lose like 10 foot of movement for a while or something like that. So they just get slowed down.
Yeah.
And roll you for your item.
Everything's in the wrong spot again now.
Oh, you've become Nana?
We'll do it live.
It's crazy. It's not a real stream without technical difficulties. We all know
That's
this.
right.
Yeah.
Also, welcome in Renegade Rock. Thank you for the follow.
Okay, that one's gonna eventually be Nana. Just shuffling everyone around. This
I'm
one
speed
needs
eating
to
some
be
chocolate
turned
to
off. There we
regain
go.
something.
And that's why AussieDevFro was the best friend ever.
Lies and slander.
Why would I lie and slander you? Like you said on your friggin' Minecraft stream, I'm always there for you, mate.
All right. Okay, I gotta move Roju back to where it's. There we go.
Yeah, I'm just like
Back.
fixing everything up.
Hold on, and then we're gonna move Nana
Or
back.
trying to.
We're gonna pretend Nana is a Roju face for now.
Yeah. That's going to be where
Oh.
Nana eventually is.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh!
oh.
Oh!
There's
Hell
Oh,
the
no.
other one.
Do you want me to-
Okay,
I'll
get rid of the
ditch
double
the other
Roju.
one then.
Let's see if it
Mm.
fixes itself.
Oh,
Fingers
no,
crossed.
I don't think it. Oh,
No,
No.
no.
I'm
No.
sorry.
There we go. There we go. Fixed.
Live.
Excellent. There we go. All good.
Heck.
Whew.
I only have 2 things to switch around.
All right.
That was it.
That was a heck.
Wait. Second stream to crash tonight. Nani?
Who else
Hang
has
on.
crashed?
Apparently I did. What? Hang on. Hold
Oh,
on.
did you?
What?
No, I mean, you're still on the thingamajig, obviously.
I haven't got you, Crash. You've had you.
Wait. Gerald is down. Wait. Hang on. Nani?
Nani?
Nani.
Okay, you're fixed. There.
Nani.
I'm so
I don't
sorry.
know.
We
It
go.
was so random.
I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay.
You think you're okay?
Okay. Oh, there's the
Are any of us okay when you really think about it?
Okay,
Wow, that's
I fixed
so
it up
true.
again.
I think we're all good here. I'm sure it's fine.
I'll fix the battle cam in studio mode, so we should be fine
Oh,
to go.
yeah. I better go fix that too.
What?
Do we need the battle cam?
I'm still
Surely
on the battle
not.
cam. Have you gone away from the battle
I've
cam?
only
Yeah.
just moved it
I-
back because
I've
Yeah,
moved off
same.
it. Yeah.
Good luck, Tink, with your thingies. Have a good lurk. And cheers, Pemmy. I have my own drink emote I can use as well now. Yes. Let me know when you're all ready, and we'll get back into
Yeah.
it.
Good to go whenever.
I'm moving Cuddly back up to
Don't move me. I'm here.
No.
cheats.
I'm gonna-
When you're back in your
I
frame,
swear to God.
you ran out of your frame.
Back in your box.
I was.
Oh,
Honestly-
Trades cracked itself. Ah.
Oh, that's,
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
right.
no way.
There
But
you
there
go.
has been a lot of streams crashing lately. That has been due to Twitch.
Yeah,
I was having some Twitch issues.
This
the
one
other
was just
night.
due to good old
as well.
Australian internet.
Yay.
Yay.
A whole
Um,
thing.
I think I'm okay. I just gotta fix the battle map, but I can again do that in studio.
Yeah, I think we're all good to go.
Give me a second. I'm super duper ready. I'm fixing up. I'm gonna move over to normal screen in just a moment.
Oh shit! Apparently, Trady Minecraft blue screened his PC. Oh fuck.
Oh.
Oh, you're all
I'm
back.
moving.
Oh my God.
I'm moving back to regular screen. There we go. Here we are. Hi.
And we are.
Hello.
Hello.
More moistening, thank you.
If it happens again, I'm really sorry. Just
That's okay.
keep going as if Nana's just kind of going along with you, because it just shuddered again. So look,
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, no worries.
it
Okay.
could just it could just happen.
We'll roll with it.
things happen.
Alright. Cool.
Things happen. But yeah, you make your way to the Midnight Suns Guild of Volunteers headquarters in the Pavilion of Trades. You step inside, and there's a little bit of hustle and bustle. You see, Hannah the Halfling is still. No, Hannah the Halfling is still like raving on about something, standing on top of the table that she moved over to the bulletin board, and is just telling like this obviously exaggerated story for a couple of people. And you see Claire with the bear still sitting in the corner.
Nice. I like that. And Nana asks if Sin wants to go meet the bear and Claire. No.
And Sin sort of like just shrugs. It's just like wheeling in.
It's been a big day.
It has.
True,
It has been a
yeah.
very big day for
And
Sid.
you all know as well that you, while lodging is free, you can get pretty good food for 2 silver pieces. The drinks are
Oh.
also included with every meal.
Great.
Rudy needs to eat everything. Everything. How does he feel in terms of hunger at the moment, Josie? Is the hunger getting worse or not worse?
The hunger is it's more of a constant hunger, but it's
Right.
not getting worse or better.
Okay.
But you just always feel like you
Always
could eat.
starving. Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
can eat.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, you should eat, Rudy. You're just skin and bones. Mostly bones.
No,
but,
I'm beginning to think that you're doing this on purpose.
I would never.
There it is again. I absolutely think you're doing this on purpose.
No, Rudy, this is Nana we're talking about.
No, I encourage everyone to eat. I just, want to grow you up big and strong.
Yeah, you walk up to the bar, you see the goblin standing there, looks at you all. He does a little knock on the table and then starts counting fingers while looking at you all. And just like looking at you all and counts out like 5.
Yeah. We nod. Yeah.
Yeah, I've already taken 2 silver off
Yeah,
my...
yeah.
I
Rudy
took
chucks the
4
two.
off for
2 silver.
me
Yeah.
and Sin.
Yeah, and
Rudy
he,
takes
he
4 silver.
turns around and just like taps 5 times on a post, and you can see behind there's a kitchen, and then he starts filling up tankards, and he goes like he fills up tankards with ale, and then on the last one he just looks over and like fills it with milk.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Sin's been getting a lot of milk ever since. Like every time we go to an inn, Sin gets a large tankard of milk.
Strong, okay? That calcium, man.
Mm,
All the calcium.
Yeah, important when it comes to bones.
mm.
Yeah,
and
Rudy
then-
should be having milk too.
Rudy should be having milk, yeah.
Nah, yeah, Rudy's fine. Don't worry about Rudy.
I worry about Rudy.
Don't worry
Say
about
that
Rudy.
when you've got arthritis and you're only bones.
He's
You find
fine.
the table. There's plenty of space to sit down.
Hmm.
Anything particular? Or just winding down for the afternoon?
One and down.
Probably one of like the few times that the internal panic level is not at like an 8 or above for Gerald. It's like a
What,
comfortable
so
7
what,
right
It's like
now.
every
7?
day for me.
Actually, Arthur sort of goes up to Rudy as he's taking a drink and goes, "How about I buy you the next drink and we'll see who can chug it the quickest."
Arthur, if you're trying to get me drunk so you can get this armor off me, I assure you it's not going to work.
I don't want to go through any armor that smelt and looked terrible.
It will smell.
I just want to prove to you I can drink better than you.
You're on. All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
What? All right. Constitution checks. Let's do this.
Yeah, both of you do no con saves.
Con saves,
And I want
alright.
Arthur to mark off 5 copper for the drinks.
Alright, sweet.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remove. Con
And then con saves for the both of you.
14.
Shit, where's con? There's con.
Ah, fuck. Inspiration point.
Wow!
Wow.
It's okay. I've got one to spare.
Blowing is
Rerolling.
what early.
Never mind.
Another-
I'm not blowing a second one.
You start chugging. You lift
Hmm.
like your scarf up. You start chugging, and after a while, you realize that, like, as when you stop to breathe, there's actually like it flows out of your mouth a little bit, and you look down, and your bottom lip is in your tankard.
Alright, Arthur's gonna spew.
Do I just win by default then?
Arthur's
Default.
And then it's just gonna
I-
sip her tankard and be like, "That's a jaw-dropping experience." No, not the panther.
Oh, well,
It's fine.
Wait, hang
Come on,
on.
Nana, don't give Rudy lip.
How does he hide this one? Hang on.
Oh my god.
Oh, Rudy, you've got a little
basically, those of you who can see it, it looks like your chin, the skin from your chin, just like fuses with the gums of your bottom teeth right now.
Oh,
Well, that's
okay.
awful.
That's something else entirely.
Yeah, so it's like pretty much like from the
Yeah,
bit where it
yeah.
attaches, it's just
Oh, no.
gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but he can still speak clearly, right? It hasn't
Yes.
impacted his vocal.
I mean,
Okay.
No, you
Try-
can speak.
Try and say Willie Wellingtons.
What are we gonna do when your tongue goes?
Oh, you're right. How would you? Oh no.
You're gonna be
I
fine.
haven't
Don't worry
thought
about
this
it.
out at all. That's really
What?
This
Like,
can only
fake
go
Rudy?
poorly.
Oh my
This
God.
could go so
That is
fun.
fucking brutal.
I'm all for this, by the way. This is hilarious.
takes like a deep swig of ale.
Okay. It's like he's suddenly like, oh, well, that's well, easy come, easy go, I suppose. He sort of like just he picks up the lip and kind of like I don't know, kind of folds it into a napkin and then drinks the rest of the ale. It was still attached to me. Why are you giving me that look? It was part of me. It's not like it's gross or anything.
It's absolutely like it's gross and everything.
Arthur's just spewing.
Oh, Arthur, it's not that bad, I think.
It's because you can't see yourself.
After like just a moment, Arthur, you feel a tug at the hem of your tunic. You see the bartender gasped. The goblin just like shoves a bucket and a mop onto you.
So yeah, sorry, and Arthur starts cleaning up, but he's also sort of, when he's cleaning it up, he's flicking it at Rudy. He's sort of just.
Oh, Arthur, this is disgusting. Why would you be doing that?
Oh, yes, this is disgusting.
this is-
yes.
Nana!
This is the disgusting thing going on this
And
guy.
Gerald!
Arthur even goes as far as like washing it off, turns it around and starts pointing it towards his face.
Oh, Arthur, you're being a child. Please.
There's a bunch of people in here that starts laughing
Oh,
at this whole charade.
oh dear. Just act your age. Aren't you at least 500?
Well,
Oh,
yes, but at least I have
no.
my lip.
Some
This-
of us are almost 500, Rudy. You'd do well to remember that.
Oh, Nana. Well,
I'm holding up pretty well for my age.
you are Nana, whereas Arthur is not.
Arthur
Ooh.
sort of
See,
cleans
see the lines? See the lines next to his eyes there,
Takes a
Nana?
drink of her ale and doesn't lose her lip.
Arthur
like-
sort of like cleans the rest of his mess up, leaves a couple of bronze coins as a tab as a tip. He's gonna leave 3.
I feel like Nana and Gerald are like really intently inspecting the ceiling right now. Like,
And as he's taken the mop back around, he's gonna look behind Rudy and just donk him on the head on the way down with the mop.
Oh, yeah, that's real mature, Arthur.
Arthur just keeps walking.
Wait, Rudy didn't lose anything with the bop, did he? This is
on both eyeballs just
No.
I am
I
so
hate it
sorry
here.
across all the chats who have to listen to what's happening. If anyone is eating right now, I apologize for wearing this armor. I
Just-
really don't.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
What could go wrong?
Yeah. Okay.
everything.
As Arthur
Next week, I just roll up with a new character. Just don't talk about what happened to Rudy.
As Arthur puts away the mop and bucket, he's just gonna retire to bed after that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't actually hear any of that. What was that?
I said
Arthur
after puts the mop and bucket away, he's gonna retire to bed.
Right.
And the rooms that here, it's like dorm rooms. There's a few beds in each. You could probably squeeze everyone into one room. You could grab 2 rooms. There's plenty. But if there's nothing else, you all retire for the evening eventually.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a good look at, spend a bit of time having a look at this pearl and just seeing if I can discern what it is that that Evenus was talking about.
Okay. Make an Arcana check.
Sure. Arcana.
Arcana, a pirate's favorite magic.
Natural 20. 28.
Natural 20. It looks like it almost looks like the pearl itself was an optical illusion. You can see the cracks, and there are a few cracks where they've been cracking from the inside out. And turning it around looking, the pearl itself seemed to almost be like just a few millimeters thick. Almost like it's a layer of something. But when you look at the pearl from afar, it looks like you can see like deep into it. This very navy blue deep color. So it looks like it's just a semi-translucent pearl at first. But now that the cracks have gone through, you can see that they're actually kind of thin. Like it's a layer of something.
Oh, okay. With
And there's something inside it, but it's really hard to tell. But with your Arcana, it's you think that this pearl was probably designed this way? Like it's a synthetic pearl that has been like woven around something.
Oh, interesting. With that check, would that give me an idea as to how risky of a prospect it would be to peel away the shell somewhat and
with your
find out what's
Arcana check, that's a good Arcana check. I'd ask you to make a generic intelligence as well, just intelligence.
Oh no.
I wanted to
Straight-
pop in there when you
straight
said
up.
crack open the shell, and I was like, and feast on the delicious goo inside.
With your hammer.
Oh,
Oh my lord!
the
He's got
secret's
all
out,
the
Josie.
rolls.
With the appropriate tools, you could probably very carefully chisel the pearl off of whatever it's containing.
Use the exploding hammer.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
Rolls a natural one.
I'm gonna do it.
Smashes
With
the
two
hammer.
20s, I'm like
Yeah.
feeling confident.
You go work very carefully, just like peeling it off. You get like a few like small metal prongs like in there, and just carefully peel off. It does say Sirenscape is saying that Roju and Cuddly has lost connection to the music.
Oh, it probably from when my
Yeah, I actually haven't had any music since I launched it, so that's.
Oh, hold on.
well,
I might
okay.
just go back in.
But as you're peeling, you, after a while, taking it off piece by piece, carefully, a very small spiral shell is what you find within.
Oh.
And it's vibrating ever so faintly in your hand.
Isn't this odd? Yes. Well, I don't have a pearl to cast Identify now, so I guess I'll. I guess
Pass it with the shell.
I guess I'll ritual cast Detect Magic and see what. the
Please,
deal is.
Gerald, I'm not carrying around 7 fucking pearls for you to not have a pearl at your disposal. Please, come wake me up.
Well, it's gonna.
So you have access to pearl. And I'm gonna ask, who has retired at this point? Who's still with Gerald at the table as he's slowly working on this?
Oh, are you doing it at the table?
I suppose I didn't say, did I? So yeah, I guess yeah.
Arthur's waiting for Rudy to go to sleep.
That's.
All right.
That's-
Nana tucks it in, but might be doing a little something.
Uh,
She might be awake, but
That's ominous.
probably in the room.
Very ominous.
Rudy would have
Yeah.
kept drinking, but like not to like get drunk. He would have started to pace himself after Arthur left. So he's not going to get intoxicated, but he would have stayed at the table. He would have been easy. He's interested in what Gerald's doing.
Arthur's pretending he's sleeping then.
Just pretending to be asleep.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Gone to his room and pretending to be asleep.
How are
Is
you
he?
gonna keep drinking like a straw? That won't even. Never mind.
It's just gonna be dribbling out.
You're right.
Yeah, you've got to like
Just
figure out
stop
a
by
new
you.
way
have
You
to
just
to.
skip
like-
it back.
Go like,
Hang on. Shall I try a live demonstration?
Yeah, try
Yes,
and
please
try
do.
and drink a swig without using any of your lower lip.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So you're just gonna have to,
Is
like,
this about to go
hold it
everywhere?
down.
Hang on. No, I've decided not to. I've
He's gonna
decided not
waterboard
to.
himself.
I'm gonna make a big mess. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
do whatever you can.
You're gonna have to
Maybe
get a straw and just like wrap your tongue around the straw.
Oh, that's even worse. Hang on. I've got a straw here. Hold on. Let me see if I can. So hang on. So I've got
Oh,
a.
please don't choke your. Oh my god.
Well, no,
It works. It works. It works. It works. No, it works. You can work a straw.
Like a
You can walk
sickle
straw.
though.
Yep. Rudy can drink through a straw. It
You
works.
you can't use your lip to make a seal though on the straw.
No, the
No,
You
you
do
use
the
your
tongue,
tongue.
roll the tongue.
yeah, I can do it. I can do it.
He's like sucking in his bottom lip. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the tongue. Yeah.
Can we have someone clip that? please?
Anyway. The shell is vibrating, like humming faintly in your hand, Gerald.
Oh no.
And it's a pristine white shell, like almost faintly sparkling, reflecting light.
Oh, like a. Is it empty? Like if I look in the
It,
in the hole.
it spirals a few laps, so you can't like see into it too much. But as you're angling it, is it making a sound?
Bring it close, but not right up to my ear, in case something leaps out into my brain.
Uh, sounds like a very faint humming,
Oh,
like someone is humming a tune, like a voice is coming through.
oh. Is it like pleasant song kind of sound?
Yeah. And with that intelligence check as well, it could be Nadia's voice.
Oh. Hello?
Nothing, just the same song keeps repeating ever so often. Like listening to it a few times, it's on loop, kind of.
Oh. Well, that's nice. That's still very odd.
And it's I don't think it's any language you understand. But there
No,
are
I only know a
actually
couple. Although, hold on. Hold the phone. Where is it? Yes, I will cast. I will ritual cast comprehend languages.
and that allows you to understand, I believe.
Yes,
The-
for the duration, you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear.
Okay.
Also understand any written language that you see, but you must be touching the surface on which the words are written.
Okay. It is celestial.
Oh,
And even though it sounds like singing, they are literal words. It comes through more of as a poem.
Yeah.
And it goes, "In the ocean's depth I wait for you, my wish that one day be part of two. To be part, I split apart, becoming more than me. If in your hand you hold the strand, allowing us to be we. When the two are one and one is more, I will need your aid to seal my fate and help you settle the score. Gerald, oh Gerald, torn between lion and snake, in your hand you hold my wish, if only to even the stakes. When your task is done and the battle won, I hope to my rescue you will come."
Oh, there's so many things in that.
That was
Wow.
that was a
I
lot.
I
Please,
will
could
put the
you?
whole thing in.
That was
Yeah, please do,
great.
because I started
That- that's
typing
a
and then
lot
it was
to
like, oh god, there's a lot to
unpackage.
this.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Darcy
What?
immediately infers a whole bunch of shit from that, but I don't want to.
I
That
need
was
to
so
actually
good.
like read that.
Yeah.
I wrote
Oh, man.
that the session you met Nadia.
Oh,
Wow,
Wow.
it's been there for a while.
that's
Yeah,
so cool.
yeah,
it's
been
just
there for
been
a
waiting.
long
It's just
time.
been waiting.
Wow.
That I can yeah, that's cool.
Wow, so in the ocean's depth, I wait for you. I wish that one day be part of two. To be part, I split apart, becoming more than me. In your hand, you hold a strand allowing us to be we.
Is
And
Gerald speaking
I think
this out
she's
loud?
asking you on a date.
Yeah, is Gerald asking this out, speaking this out loud, or?
Yeah. So like he'll be basically essentially like dictating it to himself, because he can't speak Celestial, obviously, so that he can make a copy for himself in common and ponder over it.
At this point, Rudy's like right up shoulder to shoulder, going, "Oh, is this a riddle? I love riddles."
Yeah, just shh. I'm trying to listen to
sorry.
the words. In your hand, you hold a strand, allowing us to be we. When the two are one, and I'm sure he has to like wait for the loop to restart a few times to catch the other bits. When the two are one and one is more, I'll need your aid to seal my fate and help you settle the score. Gerald, oh Gerald, torn between lion and snake. In your hand, you now hold my wish, if only to even the stakes. When your task is done and the battle won, I hope to my rescue you'll come.
Yeah, Denny's in chat and is asking, "What's happening? Did Gerald get a love letter?"
Yes.
I feel like this is more of a help me, Gerald the wizard, you're my only hope kind of a situation. Which no one should really ever ask me for, I think. If I'm their last hope, that's probably very dire.
Oh, I don't know about that, Gerald.
I
You're pretty
doubt I'm
good.
their last hope, honestly. Let's be real here, but this is very fascinating. What's the lion and the snake?
How much? I've forgotten. Just as in Darcy's forgotten. How much has Gerald told Rudy of your pact and the offer from the real Pallid Princess? I'm just trying to.
He kind of like it was still being a bit vague, but he has sort of like told you that basically that his magic doesn't come to him in the same way. He's more like got a patron. The way he's described it to you is that he's got a patron who gives him knowledge.
Yeah.
In exchange for a previously as yet unknown task.
Yeah.
But now we know the task.
Yeah. And did you tell Rudy and the rest of the party that it's like to free a demon, or like a dangerous task, or like a not a good task essentially?
Yeah. No, I definitely said it's not a good task. I don't think I specifically told Rudy. I mean, Nana knows. Because I've shown her the contract. So
because I'm just wondering if Rudy can infer that between the lion and the snake could mean between the original task and the original patron, and
well, there's obviously, I mean, in character now, there's obviously some. I mean, this is obviously something specifically a message for me because it's got my name in it.
I don't see any other Geralds nearby. Yes.
No.
No, the other Gerald was in Green Harbor.
Oh,
That's right.
That's right.
Lovely
Good
chap,
idea,
actually.
Gerald.
Yeah.
Good callback. Perhaps they're offering to replace the pact if I'm able to get through or get out of or somehow resolve this one without further terrible things happening to me.
what I find not a great omen is when your task is done and the battle won. What
Yes.
battle, Gerald?
Well, I presume the task that I mentioned is essentially they're wanting me to free a fiend named Silishka and his 999 demons in a bottle.
That's a lot of demons.
It's a lot of demons.
That's
It's
a
so many
lot
demons.
of demons. That's essentially.
Honestly, it's more demons than I've certainly seen. And
To be
ever
fair,
wished to
Gerald,
see.
one demon is too many demons in my book. But
I agree, and I've already seen more than one, and I do not like it. However,
but that's the task, not the battle. Why would they say that? I wonder.
Because when I spoke to Nadia, the naiad who gave me this pearl, there was an implication that perhaps her, I'm guessing, deity or something of that nature, may be able to either assist or provide some other kind of help when it comes to dealing with Silishka. The problem is I didn't really understand it at the time, unfortunately, because she mentioned something about a Song of Spheres and finding an dragon, and I didn't really understand a lot of that at the time. And honestly, I still really don't. But I have a feeling that that there was a chance at the god thing we all did, and I feel like I didn't quite understand it at the time. But perhaps there was another option for me there.
I will say, with a natural 20 for your intelligence and arcana, this is probably what the Sahagin were looking for.
Oh.
Because they referred to a stolen heart.
Oh.
Oh,
Is
so
there a
how can that
is there a particular thing about this that would make me that would sort of lead me to that connection?
Yes, the intent that there was a wish.
Okay.
The poem itself contains like someone's desires, someone's feelings and emotions.
Oh.
Because you remember, they said that Nadia had been promised to Prince Karkarian, but her heart had been taken.
Oh. I didn't remember the Nadia being promised to Prince Karkarian bit. I don't know.
I definitely knew it was something of yours, to be honest, Rohan.
I just assumed that it was something that I had.
He's got something watery.
I was like, they probably want the pearl or something, but I had no idea about this.
Does Gerald enlighten Rudy and Nana to that fact?
Yes, I think Nana may have come back now that Sin is asleep, but she probably isn't caught up at all. But
Gerald will catch Nana up at this point if she comes down.
So you're telling me the whole time the Sahagin are after you?
Not me per se, but I think they're after this, because the poem that I'm hearing in Celestial, would I even know that it's Celestial, or do I just understand the language and not sure what language it is?
But I do believe Rudy speaks Celestial.
Oh fuck! Hang on. Whoops. No.
Oh no, you don't. Oh.
Nope.
Someone did.
Watch it be Goose.
Watch it be Goose. Right?
Nope, it's not
Rudy
Goose.
Eye says Rudy doesn't speak anything right now.
Excuse you.
You have a bit of a list.
He does
No,
have a
I
bit of a list.
genuinely thought that one of y'all did.
Just because I'm so.
No, you only know that you only get like auto translation, but you don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I just realized that I probably wouldn't actually know what language it is necessarily.
Mm.
But it does appear to have some emotional plea to it. It is definitely related to the plane of water in the Naiad Nadia. The sound I hear is very similar to her voice, and I believe it's probably some sort of arcane recording of her voice, speaking whatever language this is. And
Now,
so they were probably after this in hindsight.
how long have you had this without getting the message?
Oh, a very long time.
Oh, I see.
About 2.5 months.
Yeah, about 2.5 months,
Oh.
give or take.
Oh no. That'd be about right.
I'm sure she's
To be
fine.
fair, it was hidden inside what appeared to be a pearl. No one would think to crack open a perfectly good pearl.
No, and it looks like, and she just kind of holds up the shards. You peeled it like an egg.
Yes, well, we had plenty of practice on the ship for our long journey. All we had was eggs to peel.
Well, thank God for those.
I guess it came in handy after all. I don't know.
I
what
will
to do
also with your nat 20 Arcana, the essence of magic is there's not only a magical recording. The innate magical aura of the object is more than just a magic mouth spell.
Right. Oh, well, whatever the case is, it says when the task is done and the battle won, and I don't know if our... Is it referring to the task we just done, or is it the task that I personally have yet to encounter? I don't know.
I mean, if you allow me to infer, and Gerald, don't get a little too upset about this one, but could it possibly be referring to the army of undead? A battle?
I don't know. We get in a lot of fights, Rudy.
Yeah, but they're fights. A battle is...
Are fights not battles?
I would call a battle a larger skirmish.
Perhaps. I really don't know. And apparently, and it's saying in your hand, you now hold my wish, if only to even the stakes. I feel like this has to have something to do with my task, with Salishkar, and
It seems very personal. She did say your name.
yes,
Twice.
Many times, yeah.
which very surprising.
Do you have a secret admirer that's not so secret?
I doubt it. I think I just happened to be there, and that they had one chance to pass it on.
That's it. Gerald is a last resort.
And they were
understand.
unlucky enough to pass it on to me, I'm afraid.
Oh, the most unlucky.
You could. I didn't really need the extra boot there, Rudy, but yes.
I said nothing. I just was agreeing with you. Look.
Okay, yes, you don't need to agree so vehemently.
Is it just me, or
I'm just looking. Sorry, Josie. I'm just trying to look back through my notes. What was the name of the? Oh, Zuriel. Okay, I found it. Thank you. Never mind. I'm not sure whether it refers to Zuriel themselves or to Salishka specifically. I don't know who represents the lion and who represents the snake. Do you have any ideas?
It was just me clicking the wrong soundtrack.
So
Oh,
was
okay.
when everything went quiet, like all the voices stopped, I was like, hang
and
on.
then just scary music, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh no, who's coming? Who's coming? Oh
What?
my god, who's
Oh,
coming?
now
Oh
I'm
my
doing
god.
music finally. Yeah, here we go.
Okay. Whoa.
Okay, this
I don't
is
know why
like
the
lore
volume was
music.
like
What?
nothing.
Hold on. Okay, there we go. Well, I think regardless, maybe this is going to require further pondering on a fresh mind. Maybe we should retire for now and work this out in the morning.
Perhaps.
Perhaps, but so lion and snake, Gerald, do you think we can use the two pallid princesses? Is any of them, are they... Do either of them have a symbol?
No, I wouldn't call Urgtho a symbol a snake or a lion. It's more of a...
Gerald, make a religion check.
Oh, yikes. Okay.
Gerald, make a religion check. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. My religion's actually pretty decent.
Yeah, mine is...
That's
Especially if I roll an 18 on it. 26.
Oh, shit.
No. This is making up for those natural 1 death saves, baby.
Finally.
For all you know, Lion most likely refers to Salishkar himself.
Oh.
He's portrayed as
That's right, because he was like a flamey lion boy, wasn't he?
Yeah. It's he's got a humanoid body, but his head is that of a feline, and the mane is fire.
Yep.
Oh.
And the only snake that comes to mind is that you have seen and you have heard Sarkaba refer to itself as a snake.
Refer to itself as a snake?
Yes.
What?
So you have like a fire lion and a water snake? Is that what's happening here?
Hang on. Saikaba was
no. Yeah, you two won't get this. As characters, but Skaba is my hat.
Oh.
And you know that
That's my
Sarkaba, you know that Sarkaba works for someone else.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the hat worked for Salishka. Okay.
No,
I
completely
didn't
up.
know your hat
Oh
name.
fuck! This is
Yeah,
it's
I've got so many
this is like
things
4D
beyond
chess
my
over
pay
here.
grade
Yeah,
that are like gunning for me.
Sarkaba has mentioned the title, The Last Incantation, being its master.
The last incantation.
Oh wow, I did not have that in my notes. Thank you. Okay.
Kill the last incantation. Set it free. We have a free hat now.
Hold on, let me get
Set
that.
it loose on the world. With
Hat
the
is
book.
Oh my
free.
god.
Master is given hat socks. Hat is free. Hat is free. Hat is free.
Oh my god.
Bounds off. Walks on its little ribbons away. You know, just
Oh my
off it
God.
goes. Gets a little briefcase. Puts on a little top hat on top of the hat.
Oh my god. Okay. Sorry, my brain is now just reeling with information. So what was the last incantation? Did you say it was?
Yeah, The Last Incantation.
Okay.
This music is so inspiring.
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
know.
confused as fuck. I'm just
All right.
like,
All right.
I just wanted more than tavern noises.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
No, it's good. He's good.
All right. Okay. Well, I guess this. Well, we're already sort of in it now, so I was a little bit hesitant to sort of reveal or explain this overly much. Purely because it scared me, and I didn't want to frighten you all off. But take the wizard hat off. This is the hat. Turns out to be kind of sentient.
oh, that was the snoring.
Arthur was right?
No,
I-
no.
Oh no,
I
Arthur was
did
right.
hear it
Arthur
speak
was
back
Oh
then.
no! No!
No.
Oh, it's a good thing
Oh.
Arthur pretended to
Arthur
be
was-
asleep.
Oh, I
Arthur's
have to get
definitely not
Arthur for
right,
this.
and never
I've
tell
got.
Arthur
He
about
needs
it.
to know.
No.
I'm going
But
to
he-
tell Arthur about
Arthur
I
it.
needs
refuse.
to
Last time
know
he threw
this-
hot cocoa in my face and scolded me, and it was a whole thing. So don't tell him.
Yes, and I almost strangled the whole camp. I remember this. It was very
Yes, so we're
unfortunate.
not
These
telling
lines are
Arthur
very
this
thick,
because
turns out.
But
he'll
Thick
just
like
freak out
pussies.
again, and I don't want to. That was too terrifying. I do
But
not
he
want.
He won't throw hot cocoa at you anymore.
So
He
I-
knows
you
your
don't
hat
know.
can talk. Can your hat? Hello,
Just-
hat?
yes.
It can
Hello,
talk.
hat.
Look, it can only speak.
Arthur,
It
Arthur,
can
when
only
you
speak in
speak,
abyssal.
you just hear Sin giggling on the other side of the room.
Arthur kind of rolls over and goes, "Oi, Sin, what are you giggling about?"
Nothing.
No. You're giggling and
He just
smiling.
turns around and goes.
So,
That little shit.
so the hat, its name is Zixkaba. And
Sarkaba. It's an
Sarkaba.
S.
Yeah, with an X.
What?
Right?
Xavier?
Yeah, it's
What?
spelled with an X, but it's pronounced Sarkaba.
Sarkaba. Okay. So Sarkaba here is some sort of magical artifact that was created by someone else. Apparently, they're part of a number of creations this person made.
I'm sorry. Before, I'm very confused. Did
me
Sarkaba
too.
want to get embroidered?
Yeah, I was actually just thinking that. Did you stitch
it like a
letters into this
tattoo?
poor hat? Did you ask
okay.
permission first?
You have to ask permission
In
before
my
embroidering
defense-
people, Gerald.
In my defense,
You don't see me, chiseling into Crater his
I-
name.
I only heard it speak for the first time recently on our recent mission in the last couple of months.
Rudy leans into
So
the
it's
and goes,
news to
"Are
me
you okay?
from that point
Is
as
Gerald
well."
hurting you?
Are you all right?
Are you alright? Do you need help?
It
Do you
can't
know
understand
it's
you.
wrong?
Oh.
It doesn't know common.
Oh. But does it know we're leaning in and whispering to it?
Yes, and it's probably very confused.
Can
Well-
it eat?
No,
Is it
it's sentient. It's not.
Can
it's not
you
a
ask
living
it if
being.
it's okay and if you hurt it?
Sure. And I'll speak in abyssal, and I'll be like, Sakaba,
Yes. And you see the hat move.
Oh, Nana, it's actually alive.
Oh, yeah. Do you think Gerald's lying to us? Gerald doesn't lie. He can't.
can you
Can be a bit of an attention hog sometimes.
can you tell me a little bit more about your master, the last incantation?
What would you like to know?
Oh, it's moving again. Nana, it's moving again.
I think it needs its talking. Stop.
And I turn to them and I say in common, he's totally fine with the embroidery. Back to
Tell
Sakaba.
him it looks
that's
very
good.
good.
Wait. Hang on. Press F to doubt. I'm rolling. How convincing was that?
I mean, you don't know the language.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right,
What
bad
language
visual.
is it speaking?
Abyssal.
Oh, are we pressing F to what do we roll?
Pressing F to
I'll say you get Gerald make a deception roll, and then the other two you make
Sure.
insight at a disadvantage because you don't know the
Yeah,
language.
no, that's fair call.
Deception, was it?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Rudy's pretty good at insight.
Arthur would
Nana,
be
if
like,
you're doing it, I'm doing it,
Oh,
but I
okay.
won't even know.
So at disadvantage, so we just roll
roll.
twice, yeah? Roll twice, take the lowest?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
DC 23.
Yeah,
Well,
you got to beat the 23.
That's a natural 20 for 28.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
So
but
sorry.
you got-
unfortunately, I know, I'm going to take the lowest one, so that sucks.
Nana.
27! 27
Nana's just like,
on the second!
Oh.
Yes!
Wow, good
nice.
rolls.
Wow. Okay.
Wasted rolls.
Nana's like oblivious. She's like, oh, why can't it eat if it's
Oh my
sentient?
God.
This seems wrong.
I'd,
She's like,
yeah,
hung
I'd,
up on this fact.
Nana probably distracted, looking at the hat more than Gerald's own body language when relaying the information. Rudy, Gerald is obviously just deflecting. Just it was way too erratic. It was too sudden. It was more like.
Ah, well. It's
It's
Gerald.
fine.
He sure he has his reasons. Files it under away for bringing it up with Gerald later when he's cornered.
So, what would I like to know? Does your is that their name? The last incantation. Do they have another name?
They are Abraxas, master of the final incantation, lord of forbidden lore and magic, and lord of the forbidden knowledge, the seeker of all arcane.
Okay. That's a lot of. They like a lot of titles, don't they? Does Abraxis know about me in any way, by any chance?
Most likely through me.
Oh. Do you talk to each other?
They see what I see.
Oh no.
They definitely saw the brothel night and they're just being fucking.
I'm gonna assume
clueless.
you go in
The oh no
common.
was in common, yeah.
Oh, is everything all right? Oh my
that
god,
didn't
he
sound
makes
good.
the
Oh,
embroidery.
yeah.
Oh my god, we're going to have to de-stitch it. Oh my god, and then
Yeah,
let's
hang on,
dig it
I'm
for the
sure.
stems.
Yeah. I'll get a knife here somewhere. We can rescue the hat.
It's not about the stitching. It's more important than that.
Wait, you did ask.
Does and I'll turn back to Sakaba. Does Abraxis speak to you though, or do they just see what you see and hear what you hear? Hello, by the way, Abraxis.
Since the exculpation, communication has been slim.
Right.
The ex-co-
So they could contact you, but they generally don't.
It would require effort.
I see. I'll get back to you. The other two, and I'm like,
Hold that thought.
oh, yeah, hold that thought.
Can you just be a hat for a while?
All right, so this. Oh, also, Josie, do I? Was it kind of a given that Abraxis is yet another deity that we've got on our plate?
Are you eating them now?
What the hell? I clicked the wrong music again. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
That's all
It's
right.
just funny.
No, it's way too much.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just funny. It's just like, whoa.
And I turn back to Zargo and like, hold on, just to double check. Abraxis, deity or something else?
Abraxas governs Pleroma of the Abyss.
Pleroma? I'm not familiar. Am I familiar, Josie?
No.
Am I?
Am I familiar?
Do I know this?
Okay.
No, you don't know.
Governs Pleroma of the Abyss. Okay.
Gerald, I thought asking this hat was meant to give us answers. It's all it's done is given us questions.
Well, I mean,
And now we have to
sometimes-
realize we got another pet to feed.
Sometimes, well, we don't need to feed it. It's fine.
Do you feed it knowledge?
No, I don't need
Yes.
anything.
Taken an interest since your agreement with the third eye, the all-knowing.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, Nephis.
Methods?
Are they?
I'm sorry, what did I just hear? Nana, please. Don't be silly.
So
Long gone.
I'll quickly aside. Catching you up. It turns out that something, another larger power, is apparently able to perceive through my hat everything, and it's like I've got a freaking Eye of Sauron on my head now. I just realized.
Look, I have to. Is anyone else a little annoyed that the gods keep fucking up in our lives like this? Like they just show up and they're like suddenly
yes.
you're important. I just want to.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
Something, you know?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be able to do any of the things I can do without the gods. So
Oh yes,
I
yes,
suppose-
blah blah. Gods are great, Rudy. We know.
I mean,
Alright,
mine is fine.
shit.
We had dinner together. We got.
All right,
drunk.
I know who's not getting healing next time they die.
Right. Anyway, all right. So hello.
Yes. So okay.
Who,
So
Rexy?
so it looks like that the lion and snake spoke about in the poem. The lion being Salishka, who is my patron, and the snake is apparently regarding to Sakaba's master Abraxis, last incantation governing the pleroma of the abyss, whatever the hell that is. Still not sure of deity or something else. Have either of you heard of pleroma of the abyss? Does that mean anything to you?
Absolutely not.
I mean,
This
I
is
could roll what? No, I wouldn't. know.
No, I wouldn't.
honestly, Gerald. You know where would be a good place to find those answers? Tomorrow.
Probably, maybe in the library.
Probably.
I was about to suggest the library when we go back to the Arcana College.
I think that's probably wise. What are we going to do about? Because apparently he's taken some sort of interest in me now that now that I've got like a supplementary agreement with Nephis, that other god.
I mean,
There's too many gods.
what's just another god? I mean, they're just there.
What's just another god, Rudy?
I have an idea,
I don't
Gerald.
want to be involved in a celestial tug of war.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
first of all, it sounds like it's too late.
I know.
Forget the abyss and just I don't know, run away with Nadia and she can be your patron or something. I don't know. I didn't read how
She's-
patrons work.
But she's wanting me to rescue her. I don't.
And then,
I'm
so
doing
then
any of
you
this.
know, and then you have
Gerald.
like you can rescue, and then she'll give you power, and then you don't need to worry about the abyss, and the abyss can stay in the abyss. It's not the most pleasant place I've ever been. I've got to tell you.
It's you've been to the abyss, Nana?
Yeah.
Oh yes, we went there together actually, didn't we?
Oh, Gerald.
please, it
You
was
know what only
terrible.
really clicked just
Ah.
now that was actually the abyss, like capital letter the abyss. I just thought it was just a really nasty looking like room
And Nana
for
like points to a
effect.
couple wrinkles and went, it was not lost on me.
Oh,
Oh, Nana, Gerald, how could you take Nana to such a horrible place?
I'm sorry, Nana. Oh, I had no idea that we were going directly to the abyss. If I knew that we were going to the abyss, I wouldn't have gone, Rudy.
Look, I honestly feel like just sitting here and asking questions after questions is not going to get us anywhere. How about we turn in for the night, we get Sin over to the college tomorrow, hit up that library, you can do all of the searching you want to do, and I can take a long nap.
You know, that sounds good, except for the part where I'm not going to get any sleep tonight, likely.
I mean, I'm sure Nana, you could brew up something that'll just knock you out. Wait,
But I'm not
I
sleepy.
can knock you out, Gerald. If you want to have the best
Nope.
hour of sleep. Oh, okay, fine. I mean, I promised to touch you with one of the non-skeletal fingers.
That part didn't even cross my mind, but double no.
Well,
Double.
if it makes you uncomfortable, I don't have any. I have normal fingers. I almost said human fingers, but they're not.
Hey, what's wrong with human fingers?
Nothing. I just have gnome fingers. They're little.
That's fine. Nana, if you've got a tea or something for calming, I would be most appreciative.
Oh, yes, of course. I can brew you something, dear.
Thank you. I don't want to vibrate off my bed tonight.
Oh, no, you wouldn't be vibrating at all.
Good.
Anything else
Does
anyone does?
Rudy and Nana share like a knowing look?
Knowing that we can both full well do that.
Literally kill Gerald for an hour.
As you're all getting settled, you come into the room as Sin is sound asleep. Arthur pretending to be asleep.
So now that Rudy's gone to sleep,
Wait, what?
he's
Hang on.
gonna get up. He's gonna
Rudy
go
said nothing
find
about going. What?
some ink and a feather.
Really? This is what you were waiting to do?
And I'm imagining he's probably still have the scarf sort of covering. He's gonna draw on a nose
I say make a stealth check.
and and some lips.
Oh my god.
Yeah, what's Rudy's passive perception?
14.
Not as high as
No,
ours.
Hang on. Let me scroll down so we can see. There we go.
So stealth check,
Yeah.
23.
Okay. Yeah. No one notices when you're sneaking around the room.
All right.
So
after,
what's the plan?
after he's drawn that on, he sits there, he's sort of like
Wait, what are you drawing?
a nose
On
on
what?
his
Did-
little scarf.
hang on, I'm
This
trying to
thing that
think if
he's
Rudy
wearing.
did fall
Oh,
asleep.
his
I'm trying to think if
scarf.
Rudy fell asleep with the scarf on, though. I feel like it would have been conflicting, like around his mouth.
So
Make
he
him a
would've taken
paper
it off.
nose.
You know what? He wouldn't have wore it. He would have made sure. Yeah, he wouldn't have worn it. It'd be on like a bedside table or something
All right.
to make it easier for you all. There you go.
All right. He's still gonna draw a nose and a mouth with two like really bad drawn lips, like the top lip and the bottom lip, and he's gonna sort of.
I'm gonna say make a sleight of hand check, because now you're actively touching someone.
Oh no, he's
No, I put it on a
because it's not
bedside
on him.
table, Josie.
Yeah.
No, but he said he was. Are you painting on the scarf or on
Yeah,
Rudy?
the scarf because
On the scarf,
I want
he's
him
painting
to
on the
put it.
scarf.
Yeah,
Yeah,
never
when he
mind.
puts it on, it's gonna be.
Why do I always know something's gonna. Oh my
I
god.
thought
So
something serious was
No,
going to
no check.
No,
No check.
no, so
You,
he does like really bad cruel lips and everything like that, and then he goes finds a glass of water and puts Rudy's hand in it. And then he's got to go to bed now.
Well, now he's touched me. So hang on.
Yeah,
now
yeah,
he's going to
make-
do the sleight of
make
hand.
Sleight of hand check.
Oh my
Shake.
god.
Yeah,
Check.
to get the hand in the
He
water.
had to just
without
throw
it.
the glass of water in there. He couldn't be satisfied.
Yeah,
with a little
look,
smiley
I had to do
face.
something.
Aw.
Look, this is Arthur. Of course, he's going to push his line.
He's going to
now.
use a inspiration. I've got two, so
Ooh.
that'll do.
Oh, damn it.
As you do, you put one of the hands like in a glass of water.
Wait, hang on.
and-
Did you grab the
No.
gloved hand or the
Yeah.
non-gloved
Well,
hand? First of all,
I don't really understand like what sort of side of the bed you're
It,
sort of
just which hand did you grab? Did you grab the gloved hand or the normal hand?
Well, I would assume the one that would be not in a glove. So
Oh, the closer
Okay.
one, right?
So you
Whatever
grabbed
that
so you grabbed
yeah.
the fleshy hand. Okay.
God, I hope the
As
whole
you
hand.
put it in the water, it
is. Oh,
just
but
like
it's just like
one
slough off.
fingertip. Yeah, a fingertip just
Oh.
flops off.
Oh no!
Arthur sort of and realizes like where
can
he
he-
is, and he's like,
Mistakes were made.
Can because I'm at the center of this, can I have Arthur make a Constitution save to throw up? Because you've thrown up at every other time this has happened. I believe this is in canon.
Go for it.
Surely
Yeah.
that would wake us all.
Yeah. Arthur starts dry heaving in the middle of the room.
and he's got to quickly get back to bed.
Everyone wakes up and just sees Arthur scrambling into a bed.
Arthur, are you?
What? Why is my hand in a glass of?
What's
Oh, I've
going
lost
on,
another
Arthur?
finger. Oh, what
Oh no!
Oh,
But
that's-
you haven't
Why is
lost the
he-
whole finger. It's just
Oh,
like
it's the
from
tip,
your the middle finger, like the
Mm.
skin and muscle halfway into the finger is gone.
Yeah. Oh, I've lost some more. Wait, why was it in water? Arthur!
What? Right.
Arthur, is this your doing? And Rudy holds up the cup with like the floating finger in it in your face.
Arthur's gonna
Floating
play like
finger
a fool.
flesh.
Arthur's gonna play dumb, never just a fool.
Oh no!
And so that's
Well,
advantage
play
on
dumb
that.
then.
Play dumb.
No,
Come on.
It's a social check. You gotta play dumb for us.
You gotta play dumb.
Oh.
Come on.
What? What is a cup? What's floating in there?
Oh, what's floating in there, Arthur? Do you want to know what's floating in
Why
there,
are
do
you
you?
getting cranky with me?
What do I have to roll against that, Josie? Or?
Well, your passive insight is 18, so it's still like you still realize that he's pulling his shit.
Oh, okay. So you want to know what this is, Arthur? You have no idea what this is.
No. What are you
Rudy
talking
tips
about?
the water on his face. Tips the cup.
Arthur
finger.
actually now spews.
What is this?
Oh my god.
Right.
Oh god!
Oh dear.
What else did you do?
Josie,
I
does
just-
it like when it comes off him? Because I know you said that like he he doesn't stink when he's in the armor, but like the
Yeah.
bits that come off him, once they're off him, do they start to like immediately smell, or like
A
what's the
little bit,
deal?
yeah. It's like they die very quickly and just fall off. So it's just this like tiny little shell casing of a finger that's just like blackened on the ground.
Again, to
Oh.
all the chaps out there, I apologize if you're eating. I really do.
I don't. It's part of the experience.
Honestly, yeah, no, you came to this. I
This
don't
is-
apologize.
Yeah.
I've made it
In
very
fact, I demand
clear.
more
Blind
rotting.
bitches.
It's in my stream title. It's in the Discord that Rudy's losing body parts. So just I've made it very
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah, that's fair.
Arthur's got to
Okay.
clean himself up from the spew and just go like, I still don't know what you're talking about.
One day.
Ugh.
Anyways, it's getting late. We should get back to bed.
We were in bed, Arthur.
Yeah, but look.
Nana just goes back to, she's just like, I don't even know. Pulls the
Uh.
sheets up over her head and just goes, I'm done.
As Rudy gets back into bed, he notices the drawn on cloth. He's like, it just rolls over.
Missed opportunity to put a moustache on it though.
Look, to be honest, I was thinking either moustache or cut.
Eventually, you all get to bed. You get yourself sorted. Morning comes to. There's a faint window. Some light comes in. The sun seems to be shining outside in the city. You can hear some hustle and bustle down the corridor in the open end, like side of the tavern. Anything particular you want to do? The
As
day is
in-
yours.
Today?
We have to drop Sin off.
Orientation.
Yes, we've
But-
got the induction for sin.
Mm.
Yes, Josie, I wanted
And-
to
yeah.
ask,
Mhm.
because I wasn't able to ask on break, if the enchanter had like a little, like, I don't know, little night light, like a cute little trinket that maybe gives off some little lights or something.
You could easily go check. You get it's a little. It seems to be like something you set on, just like on a nightstand. It's like a very small wooden orb almost, where you can tip the top back, and there's a faint light in it. So you could like adjust. It has like dimming settings. It has little knobs, like set it to how much open it's going to be.
I'd like to say that maybe Nana sneaks out before Sin is fully awake, and like maybe she saw it yesterday and went, "Oh, that'll be great," and then
It will run you 5 gold pieces.
that's fine.
If it's possible before the or after, it doesn't matter really. But Rudy would go to look for the fine tailor today.
The fingers.
Yeah.
You know what?
As you're waking up and getting ready, Rudy, you get a surprise when you see yourself in the mirror.
Oh no! Yeah, yeah.
Your right eyelid is missing.
Oh no!
Arthur grabs the inking quill.
Your,
and
your
goes,
right eye is just looks like it's bulging open.
Oh, it'll be all dry.
Look, I
Come
know
on,
I
but
said
it's
it as a
fine.
joke last
It's-
night,
it's
Rudy,
fine.
but do you want me to
So hang on.
maybe fix you up?
Arthur, just get away for a second, please. So hang on. So how does the eye feel?
It feels fine.
it's like
Yeah, you feel fine.
lubricated. It's fine. It's just
Well, you feel fine.
yeah.
You can
It's
move it.
not
You can see
fine.
through it.
You just feel fine.
You feel fine.
Okay, I'm
Is
beginning
like
to
the
think.
eyeball all bloodshot and shit as well, or is it just like looks perfectly healthy eyeball?
Yeah, it looks like a healthy eyeball.
Until it's not.
I am loving this curse. It's so weird.
God.
I don't think I'm going to be able to hide this one.
Arthur moves again forward with the quill.
Arthur, I swear to Urgathoa, if you come near me with that pen again, I will do something
Please
you will
don't.
regret.
Waving the hand, your fingertip flies off right into Arthur's face.
Arthur's falling back. He's dry heaving.
Oh, never mind that.
I
There
had
you
this
go.
great idea
Invoke
that
the
makes
name.
me put Rudy back together, but there's no fucking way anymore.
Bits
Oh my
everywhere.
God.
There's going to be nothing left of you, Rudy. What are you going to
But
do?
you feel fine.
But Gerald, I feel fine.
That's irrelevant at this point. What are you going to do?
I don't know.
You might feel fine, but you are missing an eyelid, man. You just threw a finger at Arthur. Nothing about this is fine.
That's one way to
Okay.
get your point across.
Pointer across.
I hate it here.
Okay, Gerald, you have to admit that was pretty funny, though. It's just the way he ran.
I'm laughing half out of terror. Seriously though, like you're falling apart. Quite
Look,
literally.
hang on, mentally, emotionally, or physically, Gerald, because
Yes.
Looking yourself over, Rudy, like taking a good look, all your fingertips are blackened, your toes are blackened, your upper lip is starting to go like dark purple, and both of your ears.
Okay, well, my concern is how I'm going to get to a tailor and hide all this.
That's your
Buy some
concern.
fine wares.
How do I get to a tailor?
Well, I can't
my
really
eyelid
go out
just
in public
fell
like
off and I
this.
can't blink anymore. How do I get to a tailor?
What do you... So, again, so if Rudy goes to blink, does he still feel like he blinks?
No.
No, okay, so he cannot blink, but he doesn't feel the urge to blink.
No. Feels
Right.
fine. Your
Okay.
fingers as well. Even though you're missing like skin and muscle, you can still move your fingertips fine.
Yeah, yeah.
And you wiggle your toes.
Right, yeah.
How are you not freaking out?
I'm
freaking out.
Gerald, I don't know whether
What is wrong with you?
whether it's
We better not find a dog nearby.
Is
Probably
your
freaking
brain
takes them.
falling out? What is wrong, man?
possibly, I don't know at this point.
You not being scared is making me more scared.
Well, Gerald, what would you propose I do?
Literally anything but continue to wear the armor of falling all your bits off.
Well, if I take off the armor,
Maybe
Arthur
you
throws
could-
up.
I don't know. I mean,
Um,
so did I, but
Hey, Gerald,
maybe
Gerald,
you could fix it.
Quick thing now. He's lost so much of his skin and muscle. If he was to take off the armor now, would he just bleed to death?
That's not my area of
Theoretically.
expertise.
We might be at the point of no return. Maybe for my own safety, I should keep the armor on.
Nana comes back in the room with the little like wrapped gift, just looks at Rudy and goes, "Oh my god."
Nana, can you please beat some sense into this man?
Look, ultimately, wearing this armor is Rudy's choice, although I do have concerns.
I don't know if we're going to be able to fill a clerical position in our party.
Oh, so that's your concern, whether you can get your cheap heals on the battlefield, Gerald.
It's not cheap.
No,
it's very
Rudy,
expensive.
anyone can heal. That's not what we're
You
concerned
seen how
about.
much you've been eating?
We're concerned about you, and we want you to be better. And look, I'm happy to go to. There must be someone in the city we could ask, but ultimately, I'm not going to force you to do anything you're not comfortable with, even though I have questions about your methods.
Okay, all right, fine.
And sanity.
Okay, all right. Just okay. All right. All right. You guys go take Sin to the college. I will stay here and attempt to figure out what is going on.
Rudy, I don't think anyone's going to look at you much differently. There's a lot of adventures, missing a lot of things, and I think Sin would love for you to see her off. However, I'm happy to
Wait,
help
how
you.
does Sin feel? Sin's in the
As you
room.
say that, Sid just goes.
Oh, okay, no, that's fine. No,
Honestly,
He's
no.
Sin, it's
What
okay.
do you think, Sin?
Jesus Christ.
Like
And
full
and
eyeball.
and you see her like she's sitting on the side of the bed, like holding her chair. I just don't want to be late.
Oh yes,
Again,
no, we should go.
You
we should go,
guys
yes.
go. I will stay here. I will figure something out.
Arthur's gonna stay with Rudy because
No, Arthur, I request that you leave.
but it doesn't interest. Oh, okay.
As you're all heading out, then you're all getting ready to leave. Rudy, you're staying back in the room, and as everyone is walking out the door, Arthur dragging your feet. Last one, you hear a voice call for you.
Oh.
Arthur, wait up, please. And you see, like, coming from one of the back offices, Venerian Quinn.
Oh,
Oh.
make sure he's. Hi, hey, how you going?
It's going well, but I do have something urgent. The Black Queen would like to see you all today, if possible.
What time today?
Any time that fits you, really. She said that when you arrive, she will put other matters to the side. Seem to be of some haste.
Okay,
So
okay.
if you're headed somewhere, looks at the others who are like out the door. Let me know as soon as you're back.
No problem at all. Look, Rudy's gonna stay here. He's got some other things to do, so we have to come
Okay.
back for him anyway. I'll let the group know that we're requested.
Yes.
And sort of Arthur sort of quickly puts his head back in the room and, wait, Rudy,
Yes, Arthur.
you got to put on your makeup, mate. We're gonna meet the Queen, the Black Queen thing today.
And
Oh,
Venerian pushes his head out. Are you all right? And then sees you. Never mind.
What
I-
comes
I-
back for you?
Yelling from outside. Do you need any help with anything, Rudy?
I can't really just send my apologies and not show up. I imagine.
This is the Black Queen we're talking about.
I know, Gerald. Do you have a hood?
I mean, I have a hood on my robe.
Wait, no, Rudy has a hood.
Oh.
It's more like
Yeah, you have a hood.
I mean, that's
Get your
right.
stuff sorted and let me know when you're ready to go there. And
Alright,
he
sweet,
walks
no
away
problem.
up into his office.
Well, hang on, we got to get Sin to the. Oh god.
Yeah,
Sin's
that's
in
what we're
the-
doing
The
first.
rest,
But
the rest are heading off
Okay.
with Sid, and you
Alright,
said you
just-
wanted to stay back in the room.
Yeah. Okay. Look, just come.
Okay, I've got an idea, Rudy. You do whatever it is you've got to do to try and sort yourself here. For the party's sake, when on our way back, I'll look for something. I'm sure there's a spell that can help disguise all of this.
Yes, that would be very useful. Thank you, Gerald. Much more useful than drawing faces on my clothing and putting my hand in water.
But also just fix yourself, man. Let's go. Sin's gonna be late.
yeah, and Arthur sort of starts walking outside.
Those are too low. What was that, Arthur?
Arthur's now starting to walk outside, like as trying to let's hurry up and do this.
Cool.
Hmm?
To the college.
So you take off towards the college. Rudy, what are you doing?
Well, he's kind of gotten away with using some of his spells for things that are probably not quite useful. So so he's probably not going to attempt that again. He feels like he's gotten away with too much recently in regards to that sort of thing. He's honestly just going to. Is there a fireplace in the room or?
Just
There's
throw
not-
himself into the fire.
He's gonna burn all his fruit.
No.
Um, there's
Comes
a
out like a
small-
skeleton.
there's a small stove.
Go for
There's
it.
A small
it's not
stove.
like Yeah, there's not like a full fire.
Is it lit though? First of all, is it lit?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a few stray ember.
Yeah. Rudy. God damn it.
Sorry.
Rudy, make sure there's no flame or embers. Like he sort of puts it out, sort of make sure it's out. And then he just prays. He prays to Urgathoa, for he's not going to try any magic. He's not going to try and invoke her powers or his powers or anything like that. He's just going to request further direction through prayer.
Okay.
He's not expecting anything. That's just what he's going to do right now.
Because you have actual spells now that lets you talk directly with Urgathoa. You have
Yeah.
commune as a 5th
Yeah.
level spell since you leveled up, which
You'd be
lets
like,
you ask
"Ring,
3
ring,
questions
Yo.
Right.
directly.
Directly.
Sup,
Because I thought that was a bit more... I might have been... There's been so many spells that do a similar thing. It's kind of... Hang on, let
I
me
mean, whether or not she gives you an answer is like another thing, because that seems to be an ongoing.
yeah.
Check the one
God.
called
Yeah,
commune.
it is. Yeah, yeah. It is, with a yes or no.
Yeah.
Mm.
Or cryptic answers.
Yeah.
I love that.
All right. Well, let's assume Rudy last night did a smart thing and didn't prepare contagion and prepared commune instead. It feels like contagin's not really useful right now.
Feels like you're already doing it, man. Without even trying.
You're already there.
Nailed it.
That shit's at will.
All right. All right. Like, okay, fine. Let's. All right. So he will. Does commune require anything? Sorry, I'm just looking at it now.
You have what you need, I believe.
Incense and a vial of holy water. Holy crap. Okay, that's interesting.
Hey, nice.
There you go. Yeah, he actually does have that. All right.
Yeah, you also have specially commissioned. I will allow you to use the dragon horn because you especially got it for these circumstances.
Yeah, yeah. As like a once-off usage, or is it like a?
Well, what
that's
does
he did?
divination say or commune?
It just says you contact your deity or divine proxy.
Yeah, you don't need any like
Yeah.
monetary components. So yeah, you go ahead, set
Yeah,
up the
okay.
ritual.
Yeah. All right. So
You don't. It's even a ritual cast. So as long as you take 11 minutes to cast it, you don't have to use a spell slot.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, he'll do that first of all. And yeah, essentially the dragon horn. He would have like whittled it away to somewhat resemble as best he can something close to Urgathoa's symbol. Like that's essentially what he would have done. With that. Okay. So. I wasn't ready for to ask an actual question. That's why I was kind of like shuffling it off to next session. I wasn't ready for
Well,
that.
we can say that you're setting up the ritual.
Yeah, that's a good place.
And you just feel a cold embrace. The room goes cold, but you can also like smell things all of a sudden. The room is like shivery cold, but it feels comfortable. You can smell food, all kinds of food. You also smell, to be frank, various types of body odors. And blood, flesh. While the rest of you all are heading towards the college Arcana, you walk through the Pavilion of Trades down the street, heading towards the college. You pass the fountain shaped of a young Golast Yawk, the orc in his prime. And when you step inside, rolling Sin by the entrance, you see the halfling Carl standing there with his little spectacles. Says, "Oh, yes, welcome. Now, I do not mean to alarm anyone, but the orientation is for alumni and students only." And looks at Sin, and she just looks up at all of you.
Oh well, I can leave you here. Will we have a chance to say goodbye later, or
Did you want me to accompany you at all, or did you want to go yourself, Sin? Because I suppose technically I'm Illumini.
Didn't you have things to do? You were gonna meet the Queen.
Oh, I've got a lot of things to do, but I'm more than happy to be there for you. We've spent enough time to together on our journey that if you need me, I can be there.
No, I think it's okay. It looks towards Carl, who says, "Don't worry, no harm will come, the little student, and by midday we should be finished. And by evening you will have your room assigned to you." And Sin kind of tentatively looks down at the chair, and Carl says, "Don't worry, we have seen to the commodities."
Good, good.
Fantastic. All right, Sin. Well, if you need us, you know where to find us.
And she looks at all of you, and you all just hear inside your heads, "Thank you." And she turns around and starts wheeling in, Carl walking beside her into the school.
I'm like getting real like
We did
real
it!
daddy
We
daddy
did it!
peeps
I
going
give her
on.
a little package. I tuck it into her.
We actually got him there.
She puts it in her lap and starts like moving in.
In real life,
She actually
daddy
did
proud
it.
tears.
No!
I've got
We
tears
did it! We
going
got our
on,
baby
like-
to
We
school!
got it.
We got him to school.
She
And that's what we're
survived.
gonna end for today. We're gonna
Look,
wrap up on that note.
Forget that everyone she knows and loves is dead. We
Shut
got
up!
her. Forget that our involvement with her friends and family got them all killed. We got her to
Wow,
magic
you know what? They
school.
might have died anyway.
Yeah, you don't know. You
They
don't
might
know.
have died in that mine anyway. We just wouldn't have seen it. So.
I mean,
But
she
Pesty
would
was
have died
our
as
fault
well.
for
If
sure.
Oh,
we were there.
Pesty is
Pesty will never
100%
forgive
our fault.
myself.
Yeah, we really dropped the ball on that one.
Woof.
Anyway, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Cool. Well.
And yeah, so how do we feel?
I just can't wait for the
Baby.
party to come
Moist
back and
is the
open
word
the room door to see just like a pile of bones on the ground and just that's it.
Be like, oh, well, at least we can all heal.
Darcy has to roll a new character.
It's fine, everyone. I've got the exact same spells.
Rudy Bones McGee.
The pile of bones and the armor, and then someone else takes the armor and just goes, oh,
That's really cool. Puts it
nice armor.
Rudy's just like a collapsed skeleton, and we just fashion some like bone armor out of his rib cage and stuff.
I mean,
I call the skull.
you could use him like a magic beast, right? Like a magic beast pelt. He probably still has heels like etched in on his bones.
Oh, yeah. Dude, how are you wearing this armor so that you can be the tank, but how the fuck are you gonna be the meat shield without meat?
Without any meat.
He's never referred to himself as the meat shield.
In
I'm
my mind.
I'm just imagining you'll end up like that that skeleton out of One Piece.
Hey,
like
Yeah,
Hey?
Yeah.
Julia said in chat, you're gonna end up like Brooke.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
no.
a book, yes.
Mhm.
Otter said, what
Yeah.
if the twig blight can pilot the bones?
Just put it in the rib cage.
Oh my
and
God,
puppeteers.
Yeah, it's just a twig blight and a bone mech.
Oh my
Great,
I would
good
love-
replacement for Rudy.
Can
all
you
set.
imagine if Rudy was sentient while that was happening? So he's like, no, go that way. No, don't pick up the tassels.
can't-
No,
I
don't pick up the
Can't
tassels.
wait for you all to meet Ungar.
Oh,
Did you
please
guys?
tell me it's a
Wait
twig
for it.
blight and a bone mech.
No, just wait. There's some people in chat who know who Ungar is. Ungar the hero bard. Just wait.
What?
Just wait.
Oh,
You,
man.
it,
A
it's on the
hero
list.
bard?
Yeah, Ungar the hero bard.
Okay.
I look forward to that then.
Hmm.
I got
Yeah,
a.
do
I
we
got
have
a,
any?
I do have
Yeah, I
one
was just-
question. Lazman asking for a quick or brief recap on what happened with the pearl after I tried to tinker with it. So the short story was that we peeled it open. Turns out there was a magical wish shell thing inside it that had a plea for help from Nadia the Naiad and made several cryptic suggestions that that maybe she could be of some assistance while I'm like being torn between two other divine forces. And there were several reveals, I guess, and like connections finally made as to, between my hat, Sarkaba, and another being called Abraxis, who's the master, who apparently governs the plethora. Not the plethora, the pleroma of the abyss. So that's all very promising.
Yes. And I will just shouting it all out there. We do a few minutes after the actual game. We do a few minutes. Any questions about
please.
the game from the chats, from the party members? Chats, like questions about the game, the world, characters, anything. I will say, because I did see Cuddly, you did a little eyebrow raise at the spell Commune. You do have the same spell, but it is called Commune with Nature.
Yeah, I did see that, and I was like, huh. I think I read about that, but I have not equipped it because
We have a question.
amazed.
Will Rudy's new look give him advantage on intimidation checks? Who knows? Eventually, maybe.
Look, I don't even know what is going to happen at this point. I'm just rolling with it.
Prepare your 3 questions for next week.
Oh yeah. I will have the 3 questions ready and to you, so you can figure out your yes and nos.
Yes,
because that's all I get.
Also, as far as level up stuff, I totally forgot about it this session, but I may have another thing that I can get you all to sign up for in my book.
Oh no, not another subscription.
Did you go for Gift of Protectors?
I did.
Oh, okay, that's a really good one.
It's a good one. It's a real good one. Basically, is it like once a day, essentially?
Yeah,
if
once a day per person.
Is it per person?
I think it says when a creature benefits from this, it cannot do so again until
it cannot do so again. Are you kidding?
That's what I believe it says.
Okay, I'll just read it to you because it's pretty rad. So, with your permission, a creature can use its action to write its name on that page, which can contain up to 4 names. When any creature whose name is on the page is reduced to 0 hit points, but not killed outright, the creature magically drops to 1 hit point instead. Once the magic is triggered, no creature can benefit from it until you finish a long rest.
But that's first one to go down every day.
The first one to go down every day does not go down. They just go to 1.
Yeah, you stay at 1 hit point.
Did you guys? I know that I posted it to my party members here, but across all the chats, Rudy did gain access to a very, very cool ability, thanks to this. I'm assuming decaying. If you guys want to know.
Oh, of course.
If anyone didn't read it or whatnot.
I skimmed it. I'm sorry.
Essentially, no, that's fine. Essentially, it's part of the wondrous item, the relic sort of abilities that we all have. But this is a reaction ability, Life Beyond Death. As the blessings of Urgathoa grows and the lack of belief in your own mortality comes to its peak, life seems malleable and easy to control. Whenever you would be healed by magical means above your max HP, you can use a reaction to bestow the exceeding hit points to a creature within 30 feet that you can see. So essentially, Rudy can heal himself, top himself up in the middle of battle, and then send the extra health to another player or another creature.
Cool.
That's pretty good.
Alternatively, if a creature within 30 feet of that I can see, that Rudy can see, is healed above their max HP, I can then use a reaction to siphon the exceeding HP to regain that many hit points.
Rudy used
myself.
Mega Drain.
So Rudy can also overheal anyone else.
Wow, you've got maximum efficiency on healing.
Wow.
Yes, maximum efficiency on all heals. And this feature can be used a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier.
Oh, nice.
So that is 4 uses per long rest.
Very nice.
Pretty good.
So essentially, Rudy manipulates all HP. Which is pretty freaking hardcore.
And it can take it.
Gerald has also gotten an upgrade to his relic, and it's up to you,
Oh, yeah,
Roju.
that's true. Yeah.
But in between, while you're digging that up, we do have a question. Can we get an update? What is currently missing on Rudy? Is someone keeping track?
Oh.
Yes, actually, I
Yeah,
am kind of
yeah.
keeping track. Unless
Yeah, I
Josie, are you
remember.
keeping track, or do you want
No,
me to?
if you're keeping
Okay,
track, that's
so
wonderful.
Rudy has lost his nose, his right eyelid, his bottom lip. He's lost, I would say, the bulk of the fingertips in his gloved hand, but he hasn't taken off the glove to sort of really see that yet. He's lost a few toes. A bunch of toes, and there's patches of flesh on his chest, and I'm going to assume back as well, that have decayed off, but because the armor is kind of fused to his skin, it was only noticeable when he took the armor off.
Yes.
So I don't think there's any other extremities that are missing just yet, but they're all about to fall off, I would assume.
Has he checked his junk?
I'll let chat decide that one.
This is the burning question.
Everyone wants
Chat,
to
chat,
know.
you can believe whatever you want to believe, but all I'm saying is that when Rudy, Arthur, and Gerald were at the brothel the other night, it was still there.
But wasn't there when he left.
That was
Was
2
it?
weeks.
Was it there when it left?
Most detail we got.
Was that why
You
Rudy
were
was
just
so
talking.
silent about what happened? I don't know. Is he now banned from that brothel? I don't know.
God.
I am not gonna poke the bear. No more questions needed.
And I'll leave that with you guys.
Oh,
So,
man.
Roger, did you want to?
Oh yeah. I can tell you about the new thing. So the hat, Little Helper has become more active and regained some of its former power, making it more talkative and attuned to magic. So whenever I use Dark One's own luck to save against a spell or magical effect, and I roll a 7 or above, and it results in a success for a saving throw, I can regain a spent spell slot as Sarkaba
That's so good.
swallows the incoming magic and channels it into me. And if I would have no spell slot to regain, I instead gain the temporary hit points as per Dark One's blessing.
That's
I
so
heard
good.
duck ones, not
It's
duck,
essentially
dark
like-
ones.
Yes, it's the Duck One's blessing. Yeah,
The concept
it's
is
honestly
that
it's not all it's quacked up to be.
because Gerald has Dark One's blessing, which allows you Dark One's own luck, which lets you add a D10 to a saving throw, I believe, or any roll really.
It's kind of.
But when you specifically use it on a saving throw, if the D10 lands on a 7 or higher and it ends up being a save against the spell, the hat sucks the spell in, eats it.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
I
Because
love
like
that.
one of your
It's-
biggest gripes has been your spell slots and running out of them quite
Yeah.
quickly. This
I mean-
gives you the chance.
And
to...
the Dark One's blessing is also something that's very mediocre.
Yeah, which has been the only times it's ever mattered was never.
Yeah. Because the only
Pretty
time
much,
you've
yeah.
It
actually gotten
was
it
at the end of
was
the fight when we killed
yeah,
it.
yeah, when you finished things off. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But I mean, even so, it's still going to happen incredibly rarely because A, I've got to make the save, and B, that D10 has to be a 7 or above. So it's only 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's still a below average chance for it to even happen. But it's still a chance.
It's still a chance. Like,
And I still have to,
do
and I still
do
have
you
to
get
use the
to
other
pick
feature.
which spell slot is recovered?
And it's
Well,
just it doesn't matter for warlocks.
Oh, doesn't it?
No, I've only
okay.
got 2 spell slots,
Oh my
and-
god.
Oh.
and they're both just automatically at maximum level.
I think you
Well,
take your
that's
third
still
spell
good.
slot next level though.
I can cast 3 spells next level.
Yeah,
Right.
soon
No,
you
but,
get 3
but seriously, if they're all at max level, that's still like
It's still-
that's
yeah,
high-powered
it's-
spell slots.
it's still
yeah.
high
Eldritch
powered,
Blast,
but you can
Eldritch
still.
Blast, and Eldritch Blast?
It's Eldritch Blast is
Cantrips.
basically
Yeah.
what I do when I'm
Mm.
out of those 2 spell slots.
I
so,
see, I see.
Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
just then it's just a blast machine.
Mm.
Yeah,
Nah,
Then he
very
wants
cool.
a anatomical diagram where we
Yeah.
circle in all the parts that Rudy loses.
Yeah,
Okay, so you guys know that
The
board
little
game
cross.
Operation?
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
So we put a picture of Denny. I need Rudy on the operating theater, like operation, and then you got the pieces taken off.
Can we have Arthur like?
And Arthur's
the
like-
doctor's suit?
Arthur like dry heaving in the background.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Crazy.
you just remove all the flesh.
Gerald with the tweezers.
I see.
Oh no, there's no way you'd get Gerald.
I will let you know as well. I have finalized the next upgrades for Nana's and Arthur's relics. I'm just waiting for a good moment in the story where it would
Excellent.
fit for them to
Nice.
Very
activate.
cool.
I will say that leveling up actually gave Nena a pretty fucking cool. Like, you know when like the Ents are all marching into bat, I can
Yeah.
pretty much do that now.
Oh.
It's called what are you called? Hold on. It's
Wrath
called
of Nature.
Wrath of Nature.
Are you telling me
And-
that you're going to be able to essentially, when we go up in an army of an undead versus the army events, with Nana at
Kinda.
the helm, with a spoon?
Yes.
That would be-
I think it's
Essentially.
all living plants in an area just become sentient.
And
Oh
then
my
you can
God.
also launch like loose rocks as a bonus action at your enemies because they just apparently are like, I don't know, all the
Yeah,
spirits
That's
of
so
nature.
good.
Roots,
That is
vines,
amazing.
trees, grasses, and undergrowth, and then rocks as just a bonus action just will launch themselves
Just,
at
like,
enemies.
yeet
So
themselves.
basically, the entire landscape is now going to get in on this path.
Like this just goes to show, like I know a lot of people when they start playing D&D, they get like a little like, they sort of go, well, hang on, like this is the extent of my abilities. Like normally in RPGs, you gain access to really cool stuff really quickly, like video game RPGs, because they want you to be hooked in. Whereas with D&D and tabletop RPGs, it's a long sort of process.
yeah.
But eventually, when you start, like we've reached level 9, I think, quite quickly in regards to like to other campaigns.
Well, you also
This is 43
started at
sessions.
level 3. Yeah.
We just started on three,
You have leveled up on average. I think it is like 6 or 7 sessions, which is actually considered slow in some games.
Oh, is it really?
The
Oh, I thought it was
yeah,
really
the
fast.
average
Okay.
is like honestly, the average is usually around 4 or 5 sessions.
Oh, okay. I suppose our sessions are short. That's
Well,
probably
we
what
also are incredibly slow.
it is. We are. This is also true.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, like I think
Without
the
a
point
doubt.
I'm getting across is like we're now starting to see the tip of the more like impressive abilities.
I don't want to see any more tips.
but
There's some
But-
really good ones. There's some really really big spells. Like me and Roger were talking spells.
Oh,
For
yeah.
example,
I got
Rudy,
a pretty rad one
you
this level.
have access to the Hallow spell, which is brokenly good
it's really
when
good.
you're making like a permanent camp.
I didn't take it though.
No, but Rudy can just prepare it whenever.
Oh, Rudy, you've got it. Oh shit. Yeah, nice.
But yeah,
Or
like,
the holy
yeah.
weapon spell is really good. Planar binding is
Mhm.
also incredibly cool. You got access to, with Nana and Rudy together now, you have access to Raise Dead, which is like a buff to revivify. I think you need
Yeah.
like a 500 GP worth of diamond, and you can bring anyone back as long as it's within 10 days of them
Yeah.
dying. But
Mm.
Nana can also has access to reincarnate.
Oh, you've got reincarnation now.
I
Oh, that's kind
do.
of hilarious.
That
Have you-
one is huge.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
believe that one has an even longer time span, but you come back as a random new race.
That's cool.
And I just
Yeah.
roll a D100 and
'Cause you-
Yeah,
you're
it's just a
born as
random
a
table to
random
see what you come
creature.
back as. You still have all your memories, but you have a new
Wait,
body.
hang on. Does that mean if Rudy
Yeah.
does end up a pile of bones on the floor, you can
Yeah.
actually bring him
I
back as a
can,
random race?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I
He
can.
still
I just
would be
gotta
wearing the
start
armor.
start getting
Just-
the spell stuff. I think it's worth 1,000.
Well, no, because it wouldn't be your body coming back. It's a whole new person.
No,
You're
but
reincarnated.
he would take the armor off the
I'm
bone to
literally
put it back
burning that
on.
armor. If you fucking die, I'm
Yeah, if you
going
die, yeah,
to
we are
take it to
throwing
Mount
that.
Doom and
yeah,
throw
into
it
the
in.
lava.
Okay.
And
Oh,
if you
burning
might
it.
precious into that lava with it,
Yeah.
Hang
honestly,
on.
that's fine.
That's not my fault, man.
That's,
That's not
that's
my
not our fault.
problem.
Yeah.
I just had Dutch come into chat. Dutch, okay, you need to know what Rudy lost today, okay?
It's not what you think.
There's also the difference. There is a difference also. Reincarnate has a higher cost, but compared to Raised Dead, which doesn't actually grow back limbs, as far as I'm aware. That's like true. What's it
Was
called?
it True Resurrection or something?
True
Or-
Resurrection.
Hmm.
Reincarnate only needs a part of the body. It's still 10 days, but you only need a part of the original body. to
Yeah, I
reincarnate.
better put one of those fingertips on ice.
Yeah.
Like, who brought down? Oh, Rudy, excuse me, can I just have like 2 cells of skin that isn't dead? Thank you so much.
You just hear it from the otherworldly plane. No.
Planar bind.
Planar
Fucking community and be like, you know what, Rudy? I'm really sick of your bullshit.
There's also, you have both access to the scrying spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see
Yeah,
that.
Scrying's pretty cool.
Scrying is really, really good. And Greater Restoration is also in the docket now.
Oh yeah, that's a top tier spell. Greater Restoration.
Yeah, there's good things. There's crazy things. And starting whenever you hit 2 more levels, and Nana gets transport via plants, so you could just.
What?
Oh yes.
I already have basically transport via trees.
It's tree stride. It lets you
Tree stride.
teleport to a tree within 500 feet, but transport via plants says you just need to know a tree, and you can go anywhere on the same plane.
Wow.
Yeah. Basically, you turn the tree into a gate.
Travel as well.
Paladin
Yeah.
Princess who? I
Yeah.
mean, I'm pretty
It's-
much a god.
Yeah. I know, Josie.
I'm
She doesn't
too
even know the
powerful.
point.
You can't stop me. No,
Hey,
don't cut my trees
Hey,
down.
look, hasn't Rudy always been saying that he's invincible?
You could dive off a cliff and turn into a goldfish.
He's
Honestly,
literally
I-
decaying and he's still okay. Is this not further proof that he's invincible? Just saying.
Just saying.
They're all gonna
When
die.
we I can't wait for my little shocked Pikachu face when we all just get disintegrated by the whatever the fucking ray from that one feed.
Yeah.
I feel like soon we might be able to tank that disintegration ray. Surely.
No.
Well, it
No,
wouldn't
you still
matter for
can't?
you, to be honest. You could just
No way.
I already get going.
There is, however, just like before we wrap up, there is one spell I'm really excited for because it's on point. It's a great spell in D&D regardless, but when the characters hit level 11, Rudy can take, and this is just the most on point backstory recent spell ever, Hero's Feast, where you conjure a
Hero's
magical
Feast.
buffet. You just conjure a massive table filled with food.
I don't. Would Nana approve of magical food being conjured like that?
It's also brokenly good because anyone who spends an hour eating from the feast for 24 hours, they are immune to frightened. All wisdom saves are made at advantage. Rudy would roll 2d10. Everyone's maximum hit points go up by that amount.
Oh.
And also immune to poison and
Good face.
disease. And all poisons and diseases are cured upon eating as well.
Oh, wow.
Right. I think out of if Rudy is still around and not just a pile of bones at that point,
He'll be around.
I think Nana will be.
a pile of bones.
Look, Nana would prefer that you summon it rather than cook it because she's seen you cooking and she's
Yeah. Will is pointing out it's expensive, which it is. You need a gem-encrusted bowl worth 1,000 gold, and the spell consumes the bowl.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll just go pop down to the local shop. We'll get about 100 of them.
Yeah,
and it'll be
yeah,
fine.
yeah,
it'll be
fucking-
fine.
yeah.
Very
Easy as.
expensive
We'll be
feast.
fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but there's some massive things that happens is coming up because starting next level even, Rudy gets access to divine intervention.
Oh.
Oh wow!
Oh
Is that
my
next
god.
level already?
Wait, hang on. I need to. So, what does that
Jeez.
do?
It says you roll a d100,
Yeah.
and if you roll your own level or lower, you can pray to Urgathoa, and she will actually answer the prayer. Like whatever you ask her, she will do.
Hang on. So that's level 10. So out of a D100, there is a 10% chance that Urgatho
Yeah.
will direct.
Yeah,
will-
it's
assist in a positive, as in like.
it's a literal Hail Mary. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Like-
That
Yeah.
will always be.
there's big
selected.
things. There's big
That's
things that
so
are cool.
good. That's
I
so
think
good.
like Arthur being a multiclasser next level is going to be important for so many reasons. Because if you pick rogue, you get ability score improvements. If you go back into ranger, you get to pick your defensive tactic. Gerald
Need defense.
Gerald gets to pick a resistance type every time he rests. It just has
That's kind of cool.
resistance.
Mhm.
Nana at level 10 would get access to I think it's she could just like pop around the battlefield like a crazy person. She can teleport freely 60 feet as a bonus action, like
Wow.
just like pop, 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 pop.
That is the last thing we need is a
Nice.
Nana who is literally
Yeah.
behind everybody in one situation.
Yeah.
Kick him in the shins and move on to the next one. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, she can move
Just
other
like-
people around the battlefield as well. Just pop, 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 pop.
That's actually
Arthur
really
would hate that.
Pops up like
cool.
bats with the spoon. It's like, no. Buff. It's like Nightcrawler's out of there.
Oh my god, I love it.
Oh, like
I'm so
path
excited.
of shadows or something.
Alrighty.
It's really, really good. But
That's
yeah.
cool.
Anywho, it is. I hate to break up the.
Oh, yeah,
the
we've
fun,
been-
but
we've
it is,
been
it is
so
almost
tired.
midnight. 5 minutes to
Oh.
midnight. So, what's going on? Are we just raiding
Well, that's-
How you feeling,
Roju or Josie or?
Yeah.
I will not be streaming, but I will probably be in Roju's stream if we're doing it.
Easy. That's an easy
But I was
fix. All
thinking
right.
before we wrap up, we do another quick round. I've been Joseph Poser. I'm an RPG streamer. I'm here Tuesdays, Fridays mostly, sometimes Saturdays, and on Sundays. We do only RPG games. And if you want to come and play D&D or talk about D&D, Final Fantasy, RPGs in general, Adrian always talks about Pokemon. Hop in the Discord. And I'm going to throw it over to Cuddly.
I am Cuddly Raptor. I'm a variety streamer. I don't really have a set schedule, but I am always here on Sundays and usually on Wednesdays with Wettest Orb. So that is me, and I am gonna hand it over to AussieDevFro.
Hey, that's me. So yes, I'm AussieDevFro. I am live 5 nights a week. In fact, I'll be live tomorrow night. We play MMORPGs. Tomorrow night we'll be playing Final Fantasy 14, continuing our adventures there. I also do a lot of Dark Souls at the moment, going through the trilogy, trying to do an all-boss run. That has been good fun so far. A lot of good laughs out of that. Minecraft with a whole bunch of people on Saturday nights and here on Sunday nights. So if you enjoy any of that, make sure you pop by. And I'll throw it to Wettestorm.
I am the wettest orb, the moistest boy, and I essentially play anything and everything. I am on essentially every day, unless work tells me not to. And with that, I'm going to go over to Roju.
Hello. I'm Roju. I'm from Participation Award. More variety here as well, but no set schedule at the moment. Definitely also here on Sundays. And yeah, I guess not much more to add, really. Eventually, we'll finish another Yakuza game and move on to the next one and spend another year playing that.
Honestly, there's nothing wrong with a year of Yakuza, though. It's all good. It's all quality content.
Yeah, one of these days I'll finish the just the freaking Majima's Cabaret Club nonsense. I'm so close
Waiting
now.
for the true end game.
I need to
Yeah.
I need to see the end of that Cabaret Club. We'll get there, believe me.
Alrighty. Well,
Alright.
thank you everyone for playing tonight.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks.
And with that, we are gonna go raid
Yeah.
participation.
I will
Award.
chat to chat for a moment. So,
Alright.
goodbye, players.
Bye.
All right.
Cool. So,